need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I sold them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the gang. I told them this ain't a game.
Yo, yiggity, yo, what's cracking? It's Finn's Take with CB83. Hey, back to you for another live show. This one is going to be special tonight because we got a lot of clown stuff going on in the community. So this will be one of the wildest shows you've seen from CB83 in a long time, but it's needed. I think it's more than necessary with all of the chaos going on in the community. I think somebody kind of needs to right the ship. And there's been a lot of backtracking as of recently, right? Whether it's bets or, guys not wanting to, agree that, hey, Tua may be the guy, right? He may be a franchise quarterback. It's yet to be seen. He's got to stay healthy, but we got to start addressing some of these clown takes that we've heard in this community over the past year and a half. Like, it's got to be done. The ESPN analysts have started to flip. And that's where that's when you know that, hey, you may have arrived, is when these ESPN analysts start backtracking and backpedaling. Right? They start backtracking and backpedaling. They start shuffling their way out of these terrible takes they had in the past. And we've seen it in our community for months now. We've seen it, right? But now we see the ESPN analysts doing this. Like, damn, like y'all doing it too? Like y'all are trying to get out of it? All the stuff you said, all the clown takes you said about Tua not having it, him not being an NFL worthy quarterback, him being a backup a career backup. Like, let's be really real about it. We got to call some of these clowns out. I think it's time. I think it's really time. So we're going to get into it tonight. I think we have I know we have a lot to talk about. We're going to start off with kind of looking at some of these videos these ESPN analysts have been putting out. And it's been really it's been laughable. It really has. And shout out to everybody in here. I know that got a little long-winded, but I wanted to address that. Shout out to the homie Raul P. Raul P was good. He said, let's start the Oasis in the TD and colored desert. Okay, I hear you. I ain't calling nobody out in particular. Well, not yet. Not calling nobody out in particular yet, but it may happen. Shout out to Raul P in the building first tonight. Hey, guys, do me a favor real quick. Hit the like button real quick for me. It helps with the algorithm. I know we're not going to have a lot of chat activity tonight. There's going to be a lot of guys who come in here just to hear what I got to say in the background because they don't want to hear their names tonight, right? They don't want to hear their names being called as being one of these clowns. So there's going to be a bunch of guys in here who probably won't hit the like. They'll probably hit the dislike because that's just who they are. They have poor character. They're liars, stuff like that, right? And I'm not scared to say that. And I'm not scared to say that because I stand on what I believe in. And that's one thing you'll find out about me is that, hey, I'm going to keep it 100% at all times with you. If I say I was off a guy at one point and he pissed me off because he didn't play, that's what happened. I was hot that week, right? But if I still think he's a guy, then, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everything I do is film-based. It's objective. I told you guys, and you can go look at my shows from the beginning of time. I said, hey, if Tua has a good offensive line around him, if he has a good run game that's efficient, if he has a good supporting cast and a good scheme, because I understand that scheme is really a big part of this, right? I understand that scheme is a huge part of it. Without a good scheme, the weapons, the running game, it doesn't come together, right? You got to have somebody putting it all together. You got to have somebody calling it. And that's why I thought the addition of Mike McDaniels was huge, because offensive-minded coach, run game-oriented coach. So I thought that would really help us offensively, and it did. I think it translated, right? I think Mike McDaniels came in year one and exceeded expectations, especially in regards to the offense. I mean, we're a top 10 offense with our backup quarterbacks playing 5 to 6 games. Like, who else can say that in the NFL, that they lost their quarterback for 5 games and they were still a top 10 offense? Not many teams, not any teams, really, not any teams. So I think Mike McDaniels came in, did exactly what I expected him to do with Tua, build around him, provide him with confidence, give him some stability. And that's how it worked out. It worked out well for us. Now, the injuries are one thing. Tua's got to stay healthy. There's no question about that. That's water under the bridge. We know that. We need Tua for at least 15 to 16 games. I think that's reasonable for us to ask for that, right? But I think he's going to have a healthy year. I think he's going to stay healthy, and I think he's going to lead this team very far in the playoffs. I think so. Now, I know it's easy to talk about the opposite of that happening, right? Hey, of course, Tua could come out and flop. He could come out and get hurt again. Mike McDaniels could fail in year 2, and Chris Greer could get fired. All of this could happen, right? Do I see it happening? No, I don't. I don't see it happening. Just because when you look at year 1 under Mike McDaniel, it was really a roller coaster, right? So it's a roller coaster of a year. He lost quarterbacks, he lost defenders, he lost guys on the offensive line, the running back room. I think we were hurt at every part of our team last year, every facet, every part. And he still managed to win games, and win enough to get us into the playoffs. And I think that's key. I think that's important. So you got to take that into consideration. But shout out to everybody in the chat. My man Caps in here. He says, "Gentlemen and ladies, are Tyler Conklin and the Jets going to pull a Tyreek and overpay Dalvin Cook just to spite us?" That could be the case. Now, do I think that happens? I don't think so. I don't think the Jets are willing to just overpay Dalvin Cook just because. And honestly, I don't think Dalvin Cook wants to be in New York. I think he really wants to be in Miami with his guy, Jalen Ramsey, his college guy, his Florida State guy, Jalen Ramsey, with Tua Tagovailoa, with this defense that he's going to have here, and with this offense, with Tyreek and Waddle and Armstead and Robert Hunt. We got a bunch of dogs on our team. We do. I think we have a really good football team. I've heard people say, if you can't get behind this football team, you can't get behind anything, because you're going to struggle, because you're going to struggle to find a better team than we've put on the field this year, that we'll fill this year, for sure. Now, we got question marks. Every team has question marks, right? Every team is dealing with, hey, we got to keep our quarterback healthy. I think every team is dealing with that. Now, ours is a little bit elevated because of that concussion issue, for sure. But I think it happens. And that's what I'm hoping, man. That's the energy I'm putting out there, for sure. The homie Q's in the building. What's good, Q? The homie H is in the building too. Let me catch up on some of these. Chats, man. Cruz Ruiz, what's good? He says, "Where's CBM?" Right here, bro. I'm right here, bro. Hit the like for your boy. Dang, Raul P, you going in, bro. 6 clowns. TD, Pete, Captain, Color, Barry, and Chris Sims. Man, I ain't take TD out of there. Take TD out of there. Take TD out of there. For sure. Take Pete out of there. I think Pete just trolls. I think those other guys, I don't know about those other guys. I don't know about Chris Sims. I don't know none. I don't even rock with that boy like that. Concrete, what's good, my boy? He says, "What's good, CB83 Seminole boys?" Yes, sir. Oh, you know how we get down. Hey, we got LSU in a couple months in Orlando. Hey, Concrete, come to the O Rock with us. We're going to be tailgating. It's going to be a good time. We're going to the game. Seminoles will smack LSU, and that will be catapulting us into this championship run, right? Get us to the playoff, go play some good football. Jordan Travis lead us to the promised land like Tua, baby. You already know what time it is, man. Shake Money says, what's up, everyone? Shake, what's good? It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. What's popping with you, Shake? Cat for Life says, this is going to get spicy, man. Crap, where's my... Yeah, get your lighter, bro. It's going to be spicy. Oh, man. Hey, I was getting phone calls today, all type of nonsense, man. Man, this is, bro, y'all, the Dolphins community, these guys in the Dolphins community who claim they are like content creators and they like, and they put on a show for you guys, they entertain you guys, bro. They are literally just entertaining you guys. They know nothing about football. They know nothing about character, having a character, not being liars and stuff like that. It's wild, bro. It really is wild. So shout out to the homie Cap. Cap, what's good with you? The homie Iceman's in the building. Iceman says, yo, what's good? CB83 got my popcorn community. I guess what's good? Hit the like button. Yes, sir. It's going down. It's going down. My man Brian Moore in here. Brian Moore says they scared to come out to say what we knew. They scared, man. They scared to stand on it. They don't even say they wrong, man. Just say, hey, I was wrong, bro. This team is good. We're going to be all right. Just say that. Just say I was wrong. Tua's going to be all right. I want Tua to stay healthy. Let's go get this ring. That's what would unite the Dolphins community. That's what would unite it. Just say you was wrong and keep it pushing. That's it. My man Q says, turn up, CB. Turn up. He says, turn up, CB. Foot on their neck, dog. All night we doing this, man. We're gonna get to these commentators and these analysts in a little bit. We ain't even got to them yet. The homie G in here says Austin Jackson versus Micah Parsons in a phone booth for 60 minutes. Who you betting on? I got Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson gonna wreck that dude. Straight wreck him. And it may not be because he's a better fighter. He's just a bigger dude. And he would wreck Micah Parsons in a phone booth. I'm taking Austin Jackson all day in the alley fight. Let's rock. Hey, and we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that matchup Christmas Eve, man. Cowboys versus Fins in Miami. I might have to slide. Shout out to the homie DMV. So I got a content creator homie. So he was actually my teammate at Howard. DMV fanatic. He's a Cowboy content creator, Dallas Cowboys content creator. He does dope stuff over there. I'm gonna have him on soon, not even just for Dallas week. I'm just gonna have him on to talk NFC stuff, and I'm gonna talk some AFC stuff. That's gonna be good to chop it up with him. Dope dude. Looking forward to doing that too. That's my guy. Q says mainstream media switching up hard, bro. So hard. We're gonna get to it. We are going to get to it. B McD was good. What's up with you, man? Yeah, we here, bro. We here. Q is in here. I gotta catch up. The homie Lewis in here. Lewis, dang, what's cracking, my boy? You all right? Hey, my boy Lewis ain't hit that like button. Hey, he threw the smiley face up there. My man Andrevis says, "What the fuck is up, Andrevis? We are up tonight. You missed a little bit of drama, man. Missed a little bit of drama. A lot of guys going to bat for dudes who not paying they bets, which is wild to me, bro. That's how y'all rocking. Y'all rocking with dudes who don't pay their bets and don't man up. That's bad. That's very bad. We don't do that. We don't do that. Hey, Crazy Dolphin, what's good? Mr. Polk, Fins up, CBD3 and Fins family. What's up with y'all, man? Hey, check me out. We got 30 in the room. Now you guys can become a member. You can donate. You can do all type of cool stuff. Your boy just got monetized. I appreciate y'all coming through. All the donations will go towards getting me some new lighting. I want some cool lighting where I don't have to use this bright light here. I want to be able to put like a color light right here, and not use the bright light and just have that. I think it'll be a doper vibe. And then I'm also looking at getting some mics for training camp and getting a new camera. So that's something I'm working towards. Appreciate y'all. Hey, if you can't donate, just hit the like for me. That's enough. Support, get it out, send it out to people. That helps. I mean, I appreciate y'all. My man DF says, does Tua have a sleeve tat? I saw Tua tatted. Tua's tatted. Tua's tatted now. Hey, y'all don't forget about Tua Leroy now.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master?
I am.
Oh, God damn. Let me go, motherfucker. Let me go.
That's him. That's him. Tua Leroy. He's coming. Get your popcorn ready. What's up, S. Harris? What's good with you, man? He says, what's up, people? The Wayne D experience says, yo, CB83, what's good? Hey, I can hear it now after 50-yard running touchdown. Can you smell what Dalvin Cook is cooking? For sure, bro. You already know. Hey, when Cook get the ball and take that thing to the crib, I'm gonna just say,
he got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
hey, he got cooked, bro. He got cooked. Come on, man. Y'all ain't ready, bro.
He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
He got cooked. What's good with y'all, man? So much good energy, man. I love it, man. It's what day is it? It's Tuesday. Hey, my birthday's in a couple days. Let's go. June 29th. Hey, the king was born. Y'all already know. Shout out to the birthday coming up. My family's preparing. The kids are getting ready. I love it. I love my birthday time. They enjoy it. We enjoy it. It's a good time. My son's birthday's coming up too, July 3rd. Man, birthday in a couple days. All this energy, all this great energy, all my people in here. What's good, man? Let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go, man. We up. Hey, this one might get a little long tonight. We rocking. We rocking it. We 20 minutes in. We might go for a little while. So get ready. Get your popcorn. It's gonna be a good one for sure. B McD says the Jets don't really need him. So they won't. Okay, I see that. My man G says 3-wing circus. Clowns is lemons, lots and lots of lemons. First 15. Oh, okay. First 15 get a free face painting. Yes, sir. Tua, it hurts all over. What up, CB83? What's good, my boy? What's up with that emoji? That ain't my guy. My guy, Tua Leroy, man. Come on. We better than that. Cap says we want AFC East championship, damn it. Oh, and we're going to talk about that. Now, the pundits, they're saying that we're going to be champions of the AFC East. Dudes who say Tua can't even get it done. He can't stay healthy. This dude, Colin Cowherd, is the biggest clown of them all. I just laugh at this dude every time I hear him. Now he's on a hard backpedaling like Darrell Revis covering Randy Moss, right? And now he's saying, oh, the Dolphins are going to win the AFC East. All of it? Really? Really, Colin? Really? We're going to win the AFC East? Not with Tua Tagovailoa as our quarterback. How is that possible? How? It's not possible. Man, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm about to get this thing cracking. I'm about to crank up some of this content I've been watching, this nonsense. Shout out to Irv. Irv's in the building. Iceman's in here. QH, the Wayne Experience. All the homies in here, man. Andravius in here. Trey's in here. S. Harris is in here. Shula Forever. What's up? What's good? Shake Money. I'm just catching up, man. Appreciate y'all. So let's get this thing cracking. I wanna share my screen with you really quickly. Oh, the homie Ian pops in. Look at him. Hey, comes in looking around. Yeah, Ian, we here. We live. We getting it cracking. Clown emojis in the chat for all the clowns in the community. We definitely putting the clowns in the community on goofy time. That's what we do. We don't even entertain them. We just put them on goofy time. That's what we do. So shout out to y'all. When they say crazy stuff, we just say
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? That's your take? That's what you came up with?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, bro. We got to be better than that. We got to do better than that. The homie Lewis already said Lewis. Damn, I got you, bro. Didn't I say Lewis, y'all? Come on, Lou. Don't do me like that. I said Lou. What's good? The homie Lewis in here. Damn, what's up with y'all, man? So yeah, man, let's get this. I want to get this pulled up. The first thing I'm gonna do is talking about some of these clown takes, right? We gotta address some of this stuff. We just got to. So let me do this. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me get this up right. Let's get this up first. Let's do this first. Which one am I looking for? I'm looking for this one. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna put it in small mode. You guys will be able to hear it, which is cool. We'll do it like that, right? So I wanted to share this. Let's share this first. Hold on one second. Hey, shout out to everybody in the room. Hit the like. Salute to all of the homies in here for sure. Let me do this. All right, first, let's look at this one first. Check this out. This is Greenberg on ESPN. Let's actually look at this one first because this is the context behind it. So there was a video first of Louis Riddick kind of talking about the Miami Dolphins, and I want you guys to see Mike Greenies, right? I want you to see his reaction to it. So let me do this. All right, here we go. So I know you guys can see this, right? All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Here we go. So I'm gonna pull this up first, and I want you guys to kind of take a listen to Louis Riddick as he talks about the Dolphins, right? And I'm gonna pause it every now and then, just kind of give you guys some context. I don't want to run it, get demonetized, so I'm just gonna pause it every now and then. Expect that. Let's listen.
Mentions will blow up. Maybe you guys will laugh. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say this, and I know this is a big if, but it's a big if as to when Aaron's gonna get there too with the Jets. If Tua can just figure out if Tua can just make it through 15, 16, 17 games and get to the postseason to where he's available in the postseason, Miami is winning the East.
Yes.
Book it.
Yes.
Miami's winning the East.
I like
They're winning the
agree,
East.
Jeremy.
And I'll tell you what, Miami's winning the East. Vic Fangio is going to take.
All right. And Louis Riddick, I love Louis Riddick, and I know people say, "Hey, he's one of the smartest analysts." I agree with you, H. Smart analyst. So he says, "Hey, if Tua can stay healthy for 15, 16, 17 games, they win the East, right?" Winning the East consists of beating Buffalo, beating the Jets, beating teams outside of our conference, right? So he's saying that we're going to be very competitive, win 10 plus games, win the AFC East. I wholeheartedly agree with him because we have the team. It's just a matter of guys staying healthy, being consistent throughout the season, and getting it done. And I think we have the staff in place to get it done now, guys. I really think we do. So continuing on, and you'll see a little bit of the pushback. Check it out.
This defense will make huge strides in 2023. Jalen Ramsey is going to be one of those guys who's going to be up there for a defensive MVP. Him and Javon Holland will be the best defensive back duo in the NFL. Greeny, I love you, man. We're going to be.
Now you see it, right? You see Greeny's reaction to it. He's appalled. He's stunned. Greeny is a Jets fan. That's the context there. He's a Jets fan. He doesn't like what he's hearing, right? Doesn't like what he's hearing. But it just seems like he's not in tune with this at all. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't think the Miami Dolphins will have a shot at winning the AFC East if Tua stays healthy. At least that's how his reaction comes off. I mean, what do you guys think? Does it seem like he believes in what Louis Riddick is speaking right now? Doesn't seem like it. Let's continue.
Be on the draft. We're going to spend a lot of time together, man. We sit right next to each other. We'll be fist bumping and all. But I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Miami's winning the East. That's it. Back to you, Greeny. Back to you.
Yo, you even hear like the producers in the background laughing because his face is so hilarious. And honestly, I get it, right? And Jets fans hate hearing it. Bills fans hate hearing it. I know they hate. They don't even come over here because I guess they think I'm too positive, right? But it's happening, people. It's happening. And just imagine if we get a guy like Dalvin Cook, we become more of a threat to teams, more of a threat, and that's what we need at this point. Just guys that are going to command more in terms of defenses and how they plan for us. And I think that's important, right? At this point, we need to be versatile. The best offenses use the entire field, and they use that element of surprise to catch teams off guard. So let's continue this.
Look at that zoom in. It was amazing.
We had a whole meeting. We had a meeting at 6 o'clock this morning. This one was telling me Odell was coming. This one was telling me they're going to win the division. Lewis is now telling me he's making fun of the very idea. I don't even know why we do this anymore. All right, I liked it with you. Remember, Lewis just said he loves you. He doesn't love you as much as I do. But check this out, though. What?
All right, so basically, Greeny is not in. He doesn't understand it. Right? He doesn't understand it at all. So Greeny doesn't understand. He doesn't understand why Lewis is saying that. Now, let's continue on and let's hear a little bit more.
What?
You have Alan Lazard.
Yes.
You have Garrett Wilson.
Yes.
And you have Odell Beckham Jr.
Don't tell me. Tell him. He's the one who
and
just
you have
said
Aaron
Miami is
Rodgers
better
as a
than us.
quarterback.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm taking my chances.
Me too.
With the who? Jets.
Okay. Thank you.
So as you can see, hold on one second.
Are we set?
So as you can see from that, I'm gonna stop sharing that screen. That Greeny just wasn't in cahoots with what was going on at that point, right? And this is months ago, right? Doesn't believe it. Now, what has happened since then? The Jets didn't get Odell Beckham. He ended up going to the Ravens, right? And now, we still have the same roster. Nothing changed for us, really. We had already had Jalen Ramsey. We already had players of that caliber. But now let's take a look at this video. And this is the backtracking I'm talking about. This is the backtracking in the community. This is backtracking from ESPN analysts. It's just it's getting to the point where it's laughable now. And that's why we put the clowns on goofy time and we let them rock out, right? We don't really entertain it. So let's address this real quick. Let's watch this video. And the title at the bottom says, "How much better would Dalvin Cook make the Jets?" So let's go ahead. And this should be a Jets conversation. But now they're talking about the Miami Dolphins. And let's see what Greeny has to say at this point. Louis Riddick is there. Greeny is there. And then I forgot the other guy's name, but another player as well. Check it out.
an Olympic track team in their wide receiver room. The questions around the quarterback are so real and so significant, Lewis. That's what gives me pause. Outside of that, I think they're the best team of anybody. Look, I have to admit one thing. I said this on the radio with Diana yesterday, and Lewis, I'll say it to you. If you told me right.
So this is Greeny. I mean, this is this week, I think. He basically goes on to explain why he thinks the Dolphins are great now. So let's listen to him. Let's see what he says. We just saw his reaction to Louis Riddick saying, hey, the Dolphins are probably going to win the East. Let's see what he has to say now.
Now that Tua was going to be healthy the entire yesterday, and Lewis, I'll say it to you. If you told me right now that Tua was going to be healthy the entire season, I think they're the best team in the AFC, inclusive of everyone, including the defending champs and Cincinnati and everybody else. I don't know that people pay as much. They've got Bradley Chubb and Jalen Ramsey. They have two numbers.
So right now he's saying the Miami Dolphins are the best team, right? And then he's going on to point out all these players that we have. These are players we had when Louis Riddick made that statement about us being a good football team and us winning the East, right? These are all the same players. Nothing has changed. So Greeny, why the flip-flop? And I'm trying to understand. It's really hard for me to understand because I feel like as analysts, you should be objective. This is your job. You get paid to do this, right? You should be objective. I know you have teams that you liked growing up, but you still have to be objective. You still have to, you have to take the homer hat off. I feel like that's your job. You should be taking the homer hat off and giving people objective takes. Now, you can understand now that he's coming to his senses and he realizes that the Dolphins are a formidable team and can be as good as advertised. Can be, no doubt. And let's finish it.
Everybody else. I don't know that people pay as much. They've got Bradley Chubb and Jalen Ramsey. They have two #1 corners. They've got an Olympic track team in their wide receiver room. The questions around the quarterback are so real and so significant, Lewis. That's what gives me pause. Outside of that, I think they're the best team of anybody. Look,
So he says, outside of injury, the Miami Dolphins are the best team out of anybody. And that's what we got to understand as a franchise, as fans, right? Outside of injury, and that's what, I put out good energy. I think we're going to be healthy this year, right? I think our guys are going to stay healthy. I think they're going to be competitive. I know there's going to be guys that get nicked up, right? But this team is only going to be as good as its weakest link. And I think we have the depth in rooms, in the running back room, especially if we get Cook. And even in the quarterback room, I think if Tua goes down for a small injury and has to be out for a game or two, I think we got enough to get it done, right? Along with our defense being better, the play calling being better, the scheme being better, the players understanding the scheme and playing better in the scheme, having better players like Jalen Ramsey. You got a second-year guy in Cater Co who's going to be a dog. Cater's going to be a dog. You got X, who I think X could be really good this year alongside Jalen Ramsey and Cater Co, who you got to understand that iron sharpens iron. So when X understands that he has Jalen next to him, and he has not Jalen next to him, but Jalen across from him, and he's got Cater, and he's got Nick Needham, and he's got Javon Holland back there, and Sherfield, and all these other guys, and they're expecting and they're counting on him to get the job done. And now he doesn't have to play so much man-to-man defense where he's chasing guys. Now he can actually look at the quarterback, read the quarterback's head and his eyes, and make plays on the ball. He's gonna be. I think we're gonna play some man for sure, but I think it's gonna be a good mix of some zone man, some matchups, some matching up in zones, and he's gonna be able to play a little bit different than he played when he was with Boyer. So I'm really looking forward to it. This team is gonna be special, and let's continue it on. Let's look at next what this clown, Colin Cowherd, had to say about the Dolphins. And let me share this real quick. Where is that at? Division winners. There we go. Now, this is Colin Cowherd, and this is Colin Cowherd, and let me give you some context to it. This is him basically picking his division winners, right? Picking division winners, picking which teams, how he ranks the divisions. Colin Cowherd has been one or two of his biggest critics, right? He said things like he's just not good. He's not good enough. He has a small arm. He can't get it done. He can't stay healthy. The Dolphins are making a mistake by committing to him. He said a lot of goofy ass shit. He said a lot of goofy ass shit, to be completely honest with you. And this is what you get. And I don't know if Colin is trolling Tuanon or trying to get a reaction, but it just makes him look bad as an NFL analyst. It does, right? And you got to understand that he gets paid for clicks. And B. McD, I kind of agree with you. He's trying to become the new Skip Bayless, where he's kind of trolling and getting clicks and reaction from people. But he really does say some goofy ass shit. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I don't even want to get into the context behind this because we know he's one or two of his biggest critics. They've said some crazy off the wall stuff. Him and Chris Sims about Tua in regards to his progress, about him as a quarterback, so on and so on. So let's check it out.
Like soothing music, light soothing music. So I'll start in the AFC East. Here is my woe. Miami wins it. Buffalo Jets, Patriots. This whole Stephon Diggs.
Now, Colin, this is my issue with you, Colin. Right? You've said all this stuff about Tua can't be healthy, about him having a small arm, not being able to play, not being good enough. And then you come out and say the Dolphins are going to win the AFC East. I just don't understand it. I can't fathom it because it doesn't make sense for me how you could put a guy who isn't going to stay healthy, doesn't have a good enough arm, strong enough arm, doesn't have the intangibles. You don't think he's a leader, stuff like that. I don't see how you say that guy's going to lead his team to a division title. That just doesn't make sense to me. That seems really goofy to me. Unless you completely made a 180 and said that, hey, Tua's good enough now. I've seen it, right? But I haven't heard that from Colin. I haven't heard, hey, he's a good quarterback. As long as he can stay healthy, they'll be fine. I haven't heard that from Colin. And correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't like the goofy stuff, right? And all these analysts are now trying to backtrack. And it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's wild to me that you even came out to that you had the nerve to rank the Dolphins as number one because you don't believe we have a good quarterback. And honestly, the quarterback to me is definitely the most essential player on the field. Now, I understand the quarterback position is the most dependent position. So you got to have the O-line blocking well. You got to have the running back running, pass blocking. You got to have the receivers catching the ball. I understand that. But the fact that he's the point guard and he has to distribute, he has to get guys lined up. He's got to understand the offense. He's got to know the hots and stuff like that. He's got to know his hot reads. Like that stuff makes a big difference in your team's success. And for you to come out and say all this stuff about Tua not being good enough, never being able to do it, the Dolphins shouldn't commit to him. It's just blasphemy that you put the Dolphins at number one in your AFC's prediction. It's goofy to me, right? And we need to start calling these people out because it's just not cool. They really don't even know the team like that, right? He doesn't know the football team. He doesn't watch us every week. He's watching the national TV games. He's watching the Cowboys and the 49ers and the Packers because they had Aaron Rodgers. He's not watching the Miami Dolphins. He doesn't go back and watch the film afterwards, right? These guys don't really know our team, right? They don't know our team. They just know what they see and hear in the national media, and they know the scores and they know the stat lines. They don't know the team. So, Colin, you're on goofy time. You're a clown. And that's it is what it is. I'm gonna let him finish up. I shouldn't even let him finish talking because he's that terrible. But I'm gonna let him rock out for a couple seconds longer.
Cancel minicamp thing is a bigger story than people are letting on. That is weird. Secondly, Vic Fangio's defense, the people I trust in the league say he is the best acquisition Miami made, not Jalen Ramsey. He said, watch that defense. It's getting copied all over the league. Also, I get an offensive coach, Mike McDaniel, against the defensive coach, and I watched McDaniel outcoach him 3 times last year, and I think Miami's better, and I'm not sure Buffalo is. So I think Miami wins the division. Buffalo's a playoff team. Jets are good. They will vie to the end for a playoff team. They'll be 9-10 win team.
So he says the Dolphins are there at the top. The Bills are second. And the Jets are third, right? Patriots last. We could all see that. I think my prediction is a little bit different. I got the Dolphins first. I got the Jets second. I have the Bills imploding at the seams and being third, right? And then I have the Patriots at 4, right? So that's what I have them. And I think that's where we'll be. Dolphins will be first. The Jets will be 2. They'll be second. The Bills will be 3, and then the Patriots 4. And that's how we'll round that thing off, right? So that's Colin backtracking. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're people. This was a good question. Let's address this question. And Lewis is the homie, but I really want to address this. So Lewis says, are we sitting here complaining about people's opinions changing? No, we're not complaining about people's opinions changing, right? Because people have opinions. You can have as many opinions as you want to. I've heard some terrible opinions in the community. I've heard Tua's not a starting caliber quarterback. Tua's not a franchise quarterback. I've heard Dalvin Cook would not help this football team become better. Dalvin Cook's too much money. Like, I've heard a lot of terrible takes, right? And I've heard a lot of opinions. I've heard a lot of opinions change over the year, right? But these opinions are never, and that's the thing, these opinions are all based off emotion, right? They're not based off of facts or looking at the film or analyzing. They're just emotions. It's just based off of emotions. So when people come out and talk about, are we here complaining about people's opinion change? We're complaining about people having bad analysis, and being poor analyzers of the game of football. So if you knew football and you really analyzed Tua prior to playing under Mike McDaniel, you knew Tua had some tools. He had something about him that he could kind of play well enough to get the job done, right? If you watch film and you analyze it and you understood the game and you understood offensive line play and how the run game attributes to Tua's play, you could understand that Tua's got enough to get the job done. But there were a lot of people around here. There was a lot of people around here saying that Tua's terrible. He stays hurt. He can't get the job done. He's not good enough. He'll never play like he played this past year. Like, that's where I have the issue, is that it's not based. These opinions are all based off of emotion and narratives, right? These people want to hold on to their narrative so bad that Tua's a bad player, is not good enough, that they never can give the kid credit. Like, at some point, you just got to own it. Like, the dude's good enough, right? It's good enough. And I know opinions change, but your opinion in the first place was all emotion based. It was just the fact that you didn't like the kid. It wasn't the fact that you didn't like the way he played. I mean, I think Tua went out there and put it all on the line each week. Like, he left it all on the field. It wasn't like he was packing it in or doing anything to try to hinder the Dolphins. I mean, he's just going out there and putting in the work. So I don't see why people are so caught up in being right about Tua. I don't get it, right? Especially if it means it hurts the Miami Dolphins. Like, why would you want your starting quarterback to be bad or to get injured? Bro, you're a fan of a team, right? If you're really a fan of the team, you want the team to win by all means. I mean, the definition of a fan is being a fanatic, like being a fan of a team. You should wish success on the team. Like, and if you're not, like, you're in the wrong space, man. Like, you're in the wrong space. Mentally, you were in the wrong space if you're not hoping that the Miami Dolphins go out and ball out with Tua Tagovailoa. It's crazy to me. And shout out to the homie Marcus James. Appreciate you. He says Tua will be successful when the Dolphins invest in a running back. And that's a really good point. Now, we've invested in running backs, right? Now, it hasn't been a large investment. It hasn't been a large investment. We've kind of pull guys in, and we've drafted A-Chain, which is an investment, second round pick. That's a pretty significant investment. Now, not second round pick, but my bad. I think it's third round pick. But you haven't put a dude back there. And that's my thing. Having a dude back there is different. And when you look at Tua's college career and how he was successful at Alabama, he always had a dude back there, right? And I think, and this isn't about coddling a quarterback. This is about putting your team in position to be successful, right? At some point, you just got to say, hey, I need a guy back there who's going to be able to carry the load. Like, when the playoffs come, that's where the running game gets most important, right? It gets very, very important. So you got to kind of invest in a dude. And Marcus, I really appreciate you, MJ, dropping the $5 donation. That's big time. Really appreciate that. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. Tua will be successful when the Dolphins invest in a running back. And I think Cook is the guy. Now, do I think he can be successful without Cook? He was successful without Cook last year. We had a group of guys, that could play. They're decent. I'm not saying they're bad. But I think with a guy like Cook, you just add another element. You add another layer to your offense, and you're putting defenses in a huge bind. They just don't know who to cover. So appreciate you, bro. You also said you need a running back. You haven't had that duo of backs or that primary back. I agree. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate the donation. That's big time. And I may drop the link for a little bit. I may do that. I want to kind of talk about a couple more things prior to dropping the link. I'll probably go for another 10, 15 minutes or so. And then, I may drop the link for a second, get a couple guys on to have some real conversation, real grown man conversation. But I wanted to look at this. This was an interview today by Teron Armstead on I Am Athlete. And really good interview. He talks about some important things that I want to address. And let's take a look at this. I think this is really good content to check out. And if you guys aren't checking out a lot of these, so Teron Armstead has really been on a media tear lately. He did a Baldy's breakdown. He did Paper Route, this interview. There's other guys going around doing some interviews as well. So be sure to check out some of the content, and I'll do my best to bring it to you. If you want to see me discuss something, you know, on the show live, then send it to me on Twitter. Send it to me on Twitter. Get it, jump in the DMs, shoot me the tweet or shoot me the video you see, and then I'll try to address it, man. For sure. So check this out. Let's get to it real quick. Let me pull this up. All right, so let me hit play.
But listen, Teron, I want to kind of address, the elephant in the room, right? Like, I feel the Dolphins offensive line kind of has a responsibility, going into next season, and maybe one bigger than other offensive lines, just because we know of Tua's situation and whatnot. Do you feel there's like extra pressure, or maybe just like an added responsibility to really protect him this year?
Now, that's a good question. Added pressure to protect him. Look, I'm sure, and I know Teron Armstead's going to say the political answer, but there is going to be more pressure on that offensive line to protect Tua, even if, I don't think Tua got hurt as a result of poor O-line play. I think it's just poor falling, landing on your head, not using your arms, stuff like that to land on. But there is going to be pressure on those guys to hold on to blocks and to make sure that, they're doing right by protecting him and doing the best that they can. So there's definitely going to be more pressure. I don't think they're going in thinking that. They're just thinking, hey, let's go in and play good football. But I'm going to let Teron Armstead answer, and then we'll kind of discuss.
I mean, that's objective number one. Anyway, regardless, our job is to keep one clean. Mm-hmm. That's the objective number one. That's what we're thinking once we kick the ball off, keep the quarterback clean. That's our first goal. We got the week day after day. So I wouldn't say it's any added pressure. We're not even going to try to create any added pressure or anxiety or none of that. I mean, this game is difficult enough. It's challenging enough. The guys we have up front will be better than ever. This will be. I'm excited about this offensive line. We got some workers. We are second year in this system.
And that's a really good point too. So he says he's excited about the guys up front, right? He says second year in the system. And I think that's probably the biggest thing here when it comes to offensive line cohesion. There's going to be a couple guys added to that line, of course. Always going to be a couple guys added to the line, but as the offensive line, their priority is, hey, protect our quarterback with our life, like our lives depended on it. But second year in the system is going to be key for these guys. They understand the offense. They understand the concepts of the plays. Like when I was coaching, it's one thing for guys to understand their role in a certain play, but it's another thing for them to understand the whole concept of the play and why it's doing what it's doing, right? So when these guys watch it on film and they understand, hey, my coach is asking me to slide hard to the right, keep a low hat because we want to sell run this way, and we want the play action to open up, on the other side of the field as we sell this run. So I think with them being in the second year of the system, they'll understand those concepts, understand the why behind the plays, and it'll make them a better unit. It will make them a better unit. Teron Armstead, second year in the system. I think Teron Armstead struggled a little bit in year one. I think he struggled honestly, I think he struggled a lot. I think there were times, and it was probably due to the health. I think he had a foot issue, a toe issue, or something like that. Toe issues can be real serious in the NFL. Those big guys are planning on those toes. Without a big toe, you're really nothing in the NFL, right? So I think that's a big part of it. And then just kind of working those guys in, adding in a couple more pieces that could be the stopgaps in the middle. Hopefully we can hide some guys here and there, but I think the unit's going to be much better in year two. And that's what he's saying here. So continuing on.
And Tua himself, you know, he's more comfortable in the system. He knows where his outlets are. He knows where his hots are.
And that's something that we need to be very excited about, what he just said, right? And these are this is the attention to detail. Knowing where your hots are, knowing where your outlets are, your checkdowns, knowing where those guys are is essential to being successful when it comes to quarterback play, right? So when he's talking about hots, he's talking about hot routes, right? And defenses try to throw offenses off by blitzing, sending guys, and just running stunts, doing a lot of different stuff, right? So they do a lot of stuff to throw guys off. But with knowing where your hots are, you understand where guys are blitzing from, and you understand who's replacing them, right? Because when guys are blitzing, whether it's a linebacker, whether it's a cornerback, if somebody's blitzing and you have receivers out there, you need somebody to kind of fill that area, get the ball to them quickly, and let them go. Because that's key to being successful in an offense, is knowing where your hot routes are. If a cornerback is blitzing from the right side and Jalen and Tyreek are over there, Tua's got to know, hey, it's coming from there. That's where my pressure's coming from. There's a guy there. Let me hit him right now, get him the ball, let him go. That's important. So knowing hots and knowing where your outlets are, your checkdowns. Checkdowns are important. We saw Mostert be successful in getting the ball in the checkdown. We need a guy like Dalvin Cook to run these checkdowns, whether it's the middle of the field, whether it's swing routes, etc. We need that because it really helps the offense. It's an extension of the running game. It extends drives, and it helps us. So that's a really key thing. Knowing where his outlets are, knowing where his hots are. That's key, and that's what we got to understand about this offense. Terron Armstead is laying it out for us, exactly what's going on. Hey, Tua's more comfortable. He understands where guys are, where they need to be, and how we can be successful in the offense. Shout out to my man Raul P with the super sticker. Appreciate you, bro. That's big time. Like I said, every little bit helps. That support is big time, bro. Shout out to you. All the homies who donating, please, there's 40 in the room. Hit the like for me. I appreciate you guys coming through. It's all love. But we do call the nonsense out over here for sure. That's what we do. We keep it real. So appreciate y'all. Raul, that's big time. Appreciate you, bro. Triple S in the building, Crazy Dolphin in the building, the Dolphins Realtor in here, Q, Cruz, all the homies, EM, Lewis. What's up with y'all, man? What's up with everybody in the room, man? All right, continuing on. We're going to continue on with this interview real quick.
So that level of comfort would benefit everybody. It's going to benefit the entire offense. But absolutely, objective number one, keep one clean.
Absolutely.
Well, it's interesting because the AFC East at one point had the dark cloud of Tom Brady in it, and that seemed to be the bane of every.
And if you guys don't check out Paper Route from I Am Athlete, you got to go check them out. I think they do a pretty good job. I know the girl's name is Ashley. I don't know the guy's name, but he's a Dolphins fan. So he's from South Florida. I think he played at Notre Dame, and he's a Dolphins and a Heat fan. So go check them out if you haven't. They do some pretty good stuff. They have some good, interviews, some good people on.
Everybody.
And they don't cover the Miami Dolphins very often, right? So they don't talk about the Dolphins a lot. Go like their stuff. Go like this video on YouTube to show them, hey, the Dolphins community is out and about, and we're excited about the Miami Dolphins and that they need to do more Dolphins content. If the likes jump up on this video, they're going to be like, yo, maybe we need to do more Dolphins stuff. The community is active. They want to see it. So go like this video for sure. Go like this video.
anybody's existence in that division. Tom Brady obviously gone to Tampa Bay, and now he walked away from the game altogether. But now Aaron Rodgers has slid his way into the AFC East with the New York Jets. Is there any what is the game plan rather for now? One GOAT has left and a new GOAT has entered. What is the game plan for, making sure that the Jets are not the new Patriots and starting to rule this division with an iron fist?
Yeah.
And I thought this question was kind of lame. And I'll let him answer, but we're not worried about the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, we understand, is a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback for Green Bay as well. I think Green Bay was just as good as the Jets will be. And I think, honestly, we're a better team than Green Bay, right? Now, we lost to Green Bay, so I really can't say that with conviction because I always believe that, hey, you're only as good as your last game. And when we played Green Bay, we got beat. Now, I thought Tua had an outer body experience and had a terrible game. I just think those 3 picks late and I'm not going to say a terrible game. He had a terrible second half, right? Threw 3 picks almost on back-to-back drives and just really cost us the game down the stretch. I don't see that happening again, in any situation. But the Jets and, we're not worried about the Jets. I don't think that's even a conversation for us to have. And I think Teron Armstead is just going to be like, yo, it's not – I don't think it's that serious. We're just worried about what we got to do and how we handle ourselves and how we go out and perform. I don't think it's about the Jets at this point.
A tough division, like seriously speaking, it's a very, very tough division. So we really, going to have to come with it. And our first goal as a team is to win the division. You win the division, you get a chance to position yourself for the playoffs and get a home game, all those good things. Aaron Rodgers coming over to the Jets is definitely a real thing. They have a really good team, a lot of talent, young team, and then you bring in someone like him who historically has been at the top of the position for the last 15 plus years. So it's not anything that we would try to downplay or anything of that nature.
Yeah, so he says it's not downplaying. He's a good quarterback. It's football. You come to play. Like, nothing new. Same thing. Line up on Sundays. Get after it. 1 man 2 men enter, 1 man leave. That's the motto. So same concept. I don't think the Jets phase us. We're just going to have to line up and play and see how it works out. We let the chips fall where they may. But I got the Dolphins winning, bro. I do. It's a division game. Hey, we may split one, but I think we got a better chance of winning 2 than they have of, beating us twice for sure. For sure.
It's a real thing. It's going to be a challenge. We'll be up for it. We'll be ready. You want to be in a competitive division. You want to have those challenging games, those rivalries. That's the beauty of the sport.
So look, being competitive requires you to do some homework and look at what you did well and what you didn't do well. So as a team, looking at the Miami Dolphins last season, what would you say is something positive that you guys are continuing to build on that's going to help you win this division? And what is something, looking at last season, what you may not have done well, saying we need to fix this because this could be our Achilles heel?
I think this was a good question from Ashley. Something we did well last year, and then something, we could improve on. I think this is a good question. Let's see how Teron Armstead answer that.
Heel.
Yeah. No, we had a very talented roster last year. We started off really well, and we hit a wall. But the common denominator for our struggles were we didn't play smart football all the time.
Yeah.
Like you want to, and this game is about consistency, and one of the biggest factors in consistency is just playing smart football, putting ourselves in position to win, not losing games. Like I say, it's already hard enough.
Hey, really? So this is a really good point. So he says putting yourself in a position to win, playing smart football. If we look back on the Dolphin season, whether it was offense or defense, there was a few things that stood out. Some poor plays every now and then, some plays that could have cost us, and then penalties. Some of these penalties really hurt us. And penalties are really an extension of kind of playing smart football. Like, are you costing your team or are you helping your team? And a lot of these penalties are drive killers, right? Especially on offense. When you have these false start penalties, and I don't think we saw a lot of holding penalties, but we saw a lot of false start. We saw some illegal men downfield penalties. We just gotta, and he says it, you gotta play smart. You can't hurt yourself. You can't, because it's hard enough to win these games alone. If you're letting the referees and you're letting the referees kind of call the game and hurt you as well, then you're putting yourself deeper in the hole. So I think that's a really good point. Just not killing yourself by not playing smart, penalties and stuff like that.
Not to win in this league, but when you're playing against yourself as well, it makes it even more challenging. So I think we're a smarter team this year. We have more players, guys with more experience. There's been more important games. That helps everyone. You know what I mean? We bring the young guys along as leaders on this team, and just having a second year in this regime. With Coach Mike McDaniel, and now I'm bringing in Big Fangio. I'm telling you, I'm really excited about the year.
Man, and you can see the excitement on Terron Armstead's face. You really can. When he talks about Vic Fangio, when he talks about our defense, when he talks about our offense, it really just shows that, man, he's excited, and he understands that, hey, we got to play smarter. We got to be better, especially in critical situations. And MJ says it. Hey, the penalties killed us in that playoff game. Yeah, and there's some penalties, and I think penalties kill all games. Like, if you get in a game where it's crucial time and you need to make a play and you're working behind the chains, because you're getting penalties, you're putting yourself in a bad situation. It's just a bad situation. It's hard to win a game when you're fighting against yourself and the referees. It's just hard to win unless you're getting a crazy amount of turnovers and your defense is just playing lights out, or you're finding a way to score on offense. It's going to be difficult, right? But if you're getting penalties, you're kind of behind the chains in regards to both of those. So I really like that answer. And then let's continue on.
Super excited too. Now, you've been through mini camp and whatnot, and you're familiar with the roster. Who's a name on the Dolphins roster right now that the media and fans might not be knowing about, but you're knowing is going to have like a huge breakout season this year?
I thought this was a good question too. So it's always good to hear players talk about other players, because we don't get to hear that. We don't get to hear it too often, right? We always get to hear them talk about themselves, and the media's asking them questions, but we rarely get to have some conversations where we hear players talk about their teammates and what they expect from them this season. So it's cool to hear this. Let's see what he says.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. It's a lot of guys. I mean, it's a lot of guys. A lot of my teammates that I'm, truly fans of. I can say Robert Hunt, the right guard. I think he's getting notoriety, and people are starting to really understand the level of his play. I can see a very big year from him. Cater.
So he says Robert Hunt first, right? So Robert Hunt, right guard, really good player. Honestly, Robert Hunt has kind of flown under the radar, since being drafted. I think he had a good year last year. I think some of the penalties hurt him last year, and that I think that kept him from, getting to that Pro Bowl status. He also had some plays where I just felt like he was a little slow off the ball and he wasn't physical enough. Hopefully he corrects that this year and just becomes a better player, and I think he will. I think bringing guys in to push some of these offensive linemen to be better is going to be important too. So I'm looking forward to it. So he says Robert Hunt first, and then he goes on to say Cater Kohu. And let's hear what he says about Cater Kohu. Who's Cater Kohu was a dog last year. Honestly, my unsung hero for the Miami Dolphins last year was Cater Kohu. Because we were so banged up in the secondary, and the kid literally came out of nowhere and was the bright spot on the defense. Literally came out of Texas A&M Commerce, very small school in Texas, and just shined bright. Now, I understand he got a couple penalties here and there, but the kid was good. It was lights out. He was one of the best corners, I thought, in the league last year. Just didn't get the notoriety because he came from a small school, playing on a defense that's not very good. And that's what happened. So Cater Kohu's going to be a dog. Let's hear what he says about Cater, too.
Understand the level of his play. I can see a very big year from him. Cater, the corner, he's going to wear number 4 this year.
Okay.
Big fan of him. Now with Jalen Ramsey coming up, Cater get to play the slot more. He was incredible last year. But who I think will have the biggest year, and it's not somebody that's not on the radar or doesn't have the accolades, Xavier Howard. I think X-Man going to be crazy this year. I think with the new scheme, just talking to him, just seeing how he's going about his business, ready to work. Like, I think X is going to be defensive player of the year candidate.
I love that. X gonna give it to you.
X-Man. And Teron Armstead comes out and says X-Man is going to be that dude. And that's what I said, man. I think X playing in this hybrid zone scheme, matchup zone scheme, and also being able to play that man too, I think he's going to be a problem. And I think X has always had fantastic ball skills. But he's always typically played with his back to the football, kind of running after a guy. I think now if he has the ability to kind of see what's going on and watch the quarterback's eyes, I think he could have an even bigger year if he's healthy and if his body's feeling good. I mean, guys, their bodies break down at a certain point, but he was dealing with groin issues last year. Hopefully he's good to go. It seems like Teron Armstead has confidence in him. It seems like he's confident and he's business. He's business is business. So looking forward to seeing him play, man. Really, really looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, we're talking about a guy who had 10 picks, not too many seasons ago. So, you make a good point there.
So I'm going to put you on the hot seat a little bit. And obviously, I'm going to let you put the Dolphins number 1. But for the rest of the AFC East, I want you to go ahead and give me the rankings on how you think that division is going to play out. So you already said the goal for the Dolphins is to win the division. So I will give you guys number 1. But I need you to fill in Patriots, Jets, Bills, where the rest of them fall.
So I'm gonna let him answer this. Shout out to Teron Armstead, man. I thought this was a dope interview. HBCU guy, went to Arkansas Pine Bluff, offensive lineman out of a HBCU. A lot of them guys don't get shots to get to the league, but Teron Armstead got there, did his thing with New Orleans. Now he's a Dolphin. I thought this was a dope interview, but let's see where he kind of ranks these other chumps in the division, and see what he's talking about. EM says them Texas, but he is from Texas, Arkansas Pine Bluff homeboy. Actually, one of my homeboys actually played with Teron Armstead. He was Teron Armstead's running back at Arkansas Pine Bluff. So dope to see that connection. And I know Teron Armstead has seen some of my stuff too. So dope to kind of see the connection between him and his teammates and get into the league, man. That's what's up. That's a good look.
And this is tentative because as we know, it can move, it can change. Just now on June 27th, how do you have this playing out?
It's crazy because I could care less.
As long as the Dolphins number 1, right?
I gave him Dolphins 1.
Yeah. I think Buffalo is a really good team. I think the Jets will be much better, much improved. I would say Buffalo will probably finish second. They got they're familiar with their guys, the scheme, their program. They got a pretty good program over there right now. And then the Jets will be third, and the Patriots will wrap up the last place.
All right, so we got Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Patriots. I feel like a lot of people could agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's about right. That's about right. You know, I agree the most with the Dolphins at the top. Hey, man, listen, Teron,
Hey, so yeah, Dolphins up top for sure. I just dropped a link for a couple of people who want to get in real quick, guys. I'm not going live much longer, so I'll probably go for another maybe 20, 30 minutes. Let's see where the conversation takes us. Let's see what we get up here on the panel, and we'll kind of go from there. So just dropped a link. Let's round this out real quick.
Telling you, I feel like this year is our year. I just got that feeling. I really do just have that feeling. Oh my God.
You sound like me every year with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, what year didn't you have that feeling?
Never. I've had that feeling for 30 years of my life, and I've only been right 3 times out of the 30. So
right.
Here we are. But I say that every year because one year it's going to happen. One year it's going to be true. And I hope this is your year, Corey.
Listen, I really
Cowboys
do too.
fans are hopeful people. I'll tell you that.
I really do too. Hey, I got
Listen, it's for all the guys out there. Get you a Cowboys fan. We are loyal to the soil. I believe the best in my team, although at times they show me the worst. I refuse to leave.
All right. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, cool. So we got that off. I did drop the link in the chat. If you want to come up, feel free. I'm gonna take a couple of questions, man. And as you can see, we've talked about some of these, right? These clowns in the community and these clowns who kind of get up and backpedal because they don't have fact-based analysis on players, right? Not even fact-based, like film-based, like stat-based. Like, what are you seeing? Tell me what you're seeing that shows me that he can't get it done, or tell me what you see. If you can tell me what you see, I mean, if we can have some grown man discussion about it, I think that's where the community needs to. That's what we need to abide in. We need to abide in conversations that are progressive, that are based on film and what you see on film, and not just based off of emotion. Everybody can come up here and be emotional, right? Yell and scream and say, "Oh, I don't think he's a guy." Nah, we know you don't think he's a guy, but tell me why you don't think he's a guy. Is there a reason behind it? Like, what are you seeing? Like, tell me something you see outside of him being injured. I think that's the main thing. Is there anything outside of that you see on film that shows you he's not the guy? I mean, I think that's important. And check the homie out. We got the homie up here right now. Go ahead and pull this off. What's good, my guy? How you feeling? EM?
CB, I am Gucci. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. Just just trying to, I'm a little anxious, man. It's Dalvin Cook situation. It's Dalvin Cook news on a, daily. If he's coming, if he's not, the Jets are coming into play to pay. Man, I'm so sick of the back and forth, bro. I just wish they would sign him, man, get him locked up and call it a day so I can sleep a lot better at night, bro. That's what I'm on today for the most part.
And it's crazy, man. And I heard Jeff Darlington talk about it today. And I really wanted to share this as well. And I'm going to share this, and I'm going to get Lewis on. Lewis, what's cracking with you? What's going on, bro?
What's up, CB? What's good, Ian?
What's up with y'all boys, man? Y'all come in quiet tonight. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all ain't animated enough. What's good?
Chilling, bro.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
It's been a long day, CB. Yeah.
Why it's been a long day, bro?
You know why? You know why?
Oh man.
But we ain't going there though. We ain't going there. Go ahead and put the Jeff Darlington interview up.
Yeah,
for the people that hadn't seen it.
I'm gonna put it up right now. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. He kind of talks about it a little bit. Let me trying to make it a little bit. There we go. I'll do it like that. Hey, Irv, appreciate you, bro, with the donation. Fins up, bro. Appreciate you. That's big time. So let's run this real quick. I want to skip the Jets part because I don't care nothing about him talking about the Jets. But this is them talking on NFL Live about Dalvin Cook and his fit. First, they talk about the Jets, and then they go on to talk about the Miami Dolphins. So let's listen on this real quick, and then we'll have some feedback on it.
Young back, but I had a guy named Curtis Martin, the old veteran guy, and I leaned on him in certain situations in big games. I knew how he was going to react to those situations. So I think this helps this offense when you get a back like Cook.
You guys keep talking about the New York Jets. The man is from Miami. He was born in Opelika, went to high school at Miami Central, went to Florida State for college. He's coming to the Dolphins. Like, I don't know if the Dolphins realize it yet. I don't know if Dalvin Cook realizes it yet. The Miami Dolphins were one of the 2 teams that were willing to trade for him earlier this offseason, ultimately couldn't get the compensation right. You guys can talk about the Jets all day. The Dolphins will come to their senses. Dalvin Cook will come to their senses, and we will have a reunion here in Miami, and there will be more weaponry for the Dolphins to play with this season.
Well, if it's about speed, I would argue this.
So let me pause it there. How do you guys feel about that? And I'll start.
Did you hear that, Lou? Did you hear the man on how it helps the quarterback? Did you pay attention, Lewis? My question to you.
I think Lewis understands that. It's
That's
nothing
nothing
new, right?
groundbreaking. That's nothing groundbreaking. We all know that. We all know that.
So yeah, I think you're right. We all know that. I think Jeff Darlington has it in his mind that he's going to be a Dolphin. And I think Jeff Darlington is typically spot on when it comes to stuff like this. Now, he used to cover the Miami Dolphins. He has good relationships still with Stephen Ross and the Miami Dolphins. Maybe he's hearing something. I don't know. But it seems like where there's smoke, there's fire. And Dalvin coming to the Miami Dolphins seems like the most realistic thing at this point. I mean,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Dalvin Cook is pretty much giving it away. I mean, this is one of the worst kept secrets, in recent memory for me in the NFL, whether or not a player is going to sign with a certain team, during the free agency period. But at the end of the day, I mean, you hear, the mutual intrigue on both sides between the Dolphins and Dalvin Cook. You hear the quote unquote credible individuals that are on these massive platforms like ESN, FS1, et cetera. They talk about how it makes so much sense from a football standpoint, schematics, et cetera. He's a homegrown talent. And I mean, the fit seems quote unquote perfect. I just don't understand, the level of pushback that I'm still continuing to hear in the fan base. I just don't get it. I mean, if the numbers make sense, it's just again, and I hate to quote Dalvin Cook, but it seems like a perfect fit. I mean, there's no downside. So again, to the portion of the fan base that are they have a little reservation about this, about this potential acquisition. I just don't understand it. It just makes no sense to me.
Let me ask you a question, Ian. I give you everything you said. I agree 100%. Why ain't he signed yet? Now again, just hear me out. If this man has come out on interviews and said Miami's a perfect fit, I think we all heard that. We can agree, right? He's already come out and said it's not about the money for him. Okay, then what's taking so long? I'm sure we all heard that Miami's been rumored to have offers out there. If it's not about the money, and he said out of his own mouth it's a perfect fit, as of today, June 27th, why is he not a Miami Dolphin?
Well, I think you got to put yourself in his shoes as well. Sure, we all know that he wants, if he had his choice, it would be in Miami. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and the man has a family to take care of. And anybody with a family, you always have to put, them first in no matter what you do just in life. And so, and when you're talking about negotiating money, you're talking about negotiating contracts, in the NFL, I can see why he's, taking the approach that he's taken, because if a team comes in and just blows him away, well, then again, you have to look at what do I want to do as opposed to what is the best situation financially that I can put my family in from here and in the future. So I can see the approach he's taking. Who knows what's going on from the Dolphins end? But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's where he's at. His heart is in Miami. but he's holding out. He's holding out for, to see which, just in case there's a team that swoops in and blows him away.
Right, bingo. But you just hit the nail on the head, right? If there's a team blows away, see, I don't believe there is a team because we all now know Dalvin wants to be here.
But there's a process to that though, Lou. There's a process of elimination that has to go down. I feel like
CB, we heard the rumors of Dalvin Cook the day after the season ended. We all know that, bro. It's June 27th. Yeah. We're 2.5 weeks away from training camp. What are y'all talking about? Well, how much more time do you need? And this is my problem.
But I think
I know Ian be talking to me indirectly, right? When he says, I don't know about the pushback of certain people with the money.
You goddamn right.
Yeah. I know how to read between the lines. All I'm saying is, right, I don't want the Miami Dolphins to start bidding against themselves. You see what I'm saying? It just seems to me, bro, we know he don't want to be a Jet. We know he don't want. So again, just Miami either get it done or move off. But this just stringing along day by day by day, bro, before we know it, we're in training camp and he's still out there. Like, eventually you're going to have to get in this playbook. You're going to have to start learning the terminology.
I agree.
Because, again, like, what are we still waiting for?
But see, and I agree with you, but I just think players have the ability. At this point, he has the ability to kind of play out his free agency. He recently got released a couple weeks ago. I think players have the ability to take their time and just kind of go through their options. I know he's weighing some stuff. I understand he feels like he's the perfect fit in Miami. I think he's looking to get a little bit more money out of Miami. And I think in negotiating, you can use that as leverage and say, hey, the Jets came to the table with this price initially. They upped it to this. Can you guys get closer to this for me? I think that's plausible.
And I totally understand that. I get that. That's smart business. That's smart business. You think when you talk about negotiating contracts, you don't think with your heart, bro. You think with your mind. And so I don't blame him one bit.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get my guy Big Nick on. Big Nick, what's cracking with you, man? How you feeling?
Fans up, fellas. What's going on?
What's up with you, bro?
So I came in because of the title that these analysts are hedging their bets, right? But I've been preaching this. Since I don't know how long, but telling the fan base, look, the analysts are no longer talking about Tua's game. They're just talking about Tua's health. So really, it's the fan base right now that's feeding that narrative about QB1. You know, we need to tighten up and realize that people are saying that if QB1 is healthy, you know, they're expecting Mike Greenberg,
Jets fan,
pick the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to kill the narrative as a fan base, you know. And as far as Dalvin Cook, even if he was to sign yesterday, they can't have any football contact with him right now. There's no football going on. So he's not going to get a playbook. He's not going to do anything. The most they can do with him is give him a physical. So there's no rush for him to come in right now.
And you don't think that physical, he's getting that playbook?
Well, I agree with that, but check this out. I think running back as a position is the easiest position to come into any offense and transition into.
100%. 100%.
And as a runner, look, you can only do so many things. There's only so many handoffs. There's only so many checkdowns. So running backs have it real easy when it comes to getting into an offense and performing. We've seen it with some of these rookie running backs that came into the league. Bro, hand them the ball and let them go, right? And Dalvin Cook has seen literally everything that the league has thrown at him. I mean, he's seen everything. So it's going to be really easy for him to come in, learn the playbook, and just get into it. Tua knows, and Tua's going to tell him exactly where he needs to go on every play.
So hold on.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right. I just want to. I'm good with words. I'm good with listening. CB, did you just say it's the easiest position to learn in the offense from? Is your opinion is the running back position?
It's the easiest position to transition to into the NFL. That's
okay, perfect.
I would say that in corner. I would say running back in corner.
Okay, this is.
I don't even know. I don't know about corner because it depends on the scheme, right?
And the hardest position is tight end.
Well, let's not get into. Let's stay on topic. I just want to ask CB a question then. So then you would say, in your opinion, it's going to be easy for. And now again, we got to see if he lasts in the league. I'll give you that. but A-Chain should hit the ground running then, correct?
I think so too.
In
and
your
I think,
assessment?
Yes, I
It
think
depends
so.
on what they put
Now,
on his plate.
now keep in
I
mind.
wasn't talking to you, Nick. I wasn't talking to you. I was
Let
talking
him
to CB.
go ahead. Did you finish or can I?
Yeah, no, I was just asking because you said the running back position is the easiest one. So again, if that's the case, and we drafted a kid in the 3rd round, and in my opinion, rounds 1 through 3, those should be players that are impacting the team in their first year. I don't see. So again, this narrative that everybody's telling me, well, A-Chain should only get like 3 to 5 touches a game. Well, if that's the easiest position.
Who said that? Who said that?
Oh, it's been around in the fan base. It's
Well,
been around.
Well, to be completely honest with you,
if we're doing that and it's easy to learn, CB, I'm just saying, why do we pay a running back $6, $7, $8 million to come in here?
Because
like that's what I don't understand.
Because I think you have to look at the nature of the team and the nature of the running back room. We don't have a guy back there who is dynamic. You don't need dynamic guys at every position. I'm not saying that, but getting a guy like Dalvin, who's rushed for 1,000 yards 4 straight years in the NFL, who's top 5 at his position. He's been a top 100 player in the NFL the past 2 years. We don't even have players on that list, really, right? So when we got a couple players on that list. Jalen Ramsey, I think X has been on that list before.
I thought we had like 5 or 6 coming into the season. Yeah, I think we got like 5 or 6.
Well, coming into the season because we added Ramsey, we added guys.
Okay, but we still have 6. That's more than enough to have six top 100 players on one football team. You don't think that's enough?
That's great. It is great. But what I'm saying is when you look at the running back room and when you look at the nature of the NFL and late in season, when you have to run the football, right? When you have to run the football late in the season, I'm a mute you, Big Nick, because I got some feedback. When you have to run the football late in the season, you need somebody who's going to carry you. And Herm Edwards kind of said it before we got to the Jeff Darlington part. He says, hey, I had a guy in Curtis Martin I could rely on. I knew I could give him the ball. He would be able to carry us. He was going to hold on to it. And I think that's essential, right? We have guys in Mostert and Jeff Wilson who can carry the ball, who can do well, but they get banged up very easily. So I just would like a guy who's done it consistently in NFL, that is a threat to defenses and that they have to game plan for.
Well, I'm not trying to disparage you with this question here, Lewis, but this is a serious question. You do understand there's a difference between learning and being acclimated, right? He didn't say it's the easiest position to learn. He said it's the easiest position to be acclimated to.
Right. Yeah, the transition to absolutely.
Right. I would say a position that's easier than cornerback will probably be the 3 technique, right? The nose tackle.
I get all that. I get all that.
I don't know about that. Yeah, but even with that being said, sure, I think
Go ahead, real quick, Ian. I just want to give a shout out to Ennis and Irv who came on the panel.
Salute, gentlemen. But even with that being said, I do agree with you 100%, CB. I think running back as well as corner are the 2 most easier positions to get acclimated to translate, to transition to from the college to the pro game. But still, that's no guarantee that our chain is gonna be up to speed, Lou. That's relative to the individual. That's no guarantee.
Okay. And that's absolutely correct. I'm not saying that. I was just using the word play of CB.
Yeah. It's just a sure thing with Dalvin, though.
110%. 110%.
No.
A-Chain won't average 10 touches a game.
Hold on, Nick. I listen. Forget about A-Chain. Let's stay on Dalvin Cook. See, this is my problem right here with statements like that, because the title of your show, CB, is let's call out the buffoonery, let's call out the clowns, right? In the national media. We should do that in the fan base, right? Because all I'm hearing is words like Dalvin Cook is a lock. It's a guarantee. A guarantee for what? 1,000 yards? because he wasn't a lock with Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins in that Minnesota team. Yeah, he was productive, him as a player, but nothing was a guarantee. That's number one.
He was super productive, bro.
What you mean, Lou? He was a top, bro. He was a top 5 running back.
He carried that team before Jefferson got there.
And again, he carried them to what is my problem? What did he carry them to? He carried them to no. Again,
to the playoffs.
Okay, this again.
They went to the playoffs with Diggs, and they went with Jefferson.
You're absolutely right. Let me ask you a question. Right? Let me ask you guys a question. We can only go by what the player did last year. Correct? Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's cool. That's a cool story, Nick. Let the big boys talk.
Man, relax. I was answering the question on the panel.
No.
God damn.
Yeah, relax.
I'll
be 53 this year.
All that. Yeah, I know. I don't give a damn what you are.
I know you don't.
Again,
it don't matter.
I know I don't.
It don't matter.
Hey, Lou.
God damn.
Keep it moving, bro.
I don't care how deep you think your voice is.
I bet you I'm good. I bet you I'm good, better on this panel than you are.
All right.
I don't care. It don't
matter.
Hey,
damn.
Hey, real quick, I had to mute y'all.
Hey,
let's keep it cordial, please.
Shit.
Stop that shit,
I'm trying to talk, and the man keeps jumping ahead of me.
All right, go ahead, Lou. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say.
Boy.
Go ahead, Lou.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure he was done. All I said was we can only go by what the players did for us last year, correct? On anything, when we're basing, if we're bringing a player onto our team or a player that was already on our team, correct? That's what we're the benefit of the doubt. That's why everybody's so high with Tua coming into this season, right? Because of his production.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when I hear this narrative about our running backs like Mostert and Wilson, and me and Ian have had conversations about that, and that's his argument. Well, if you blow on them, they get hurt. Mostert played 16 games for us. He had 900 yards. So I'm assuming, right, that everybody tells me how they tell. In situation, we didn't give him the ball enough. Coach McDaniel didn't run the ball enough. So assuming that he gives you another 16 games and assuming that Coach McDaniel stays true to his word and says, I will be running the ball more, I could sit here and argue that Mostert, off his production last year, could be an 11 to 1,200 yard running back. Correct?
Right.
Could that be an argument?
Now, Lewis, I'm just gonna say
the
this,
man had 900,
and I'm gonna let.
The man had 900,
and
I
got you.
Hey,
the man never had more than 500 his whole career.
Well, he had 900 last year, and all I know, they did a stat. There was 7 games last season that Mostert had 11 carries or less in 7 games, and he had 900 yards.
Is he capable of being a 15 to 20 yard carry?
He was last year,
but he wasn't, bro. He got hurt.
He played 16 games. I don't care what you mean. He had a broken finger for Buffalo. He played 16 games. You can say he got hurt all he want. The fact of the matter is, even if he was hurt, he was on the field. He played 16 games.
That's
all I know.
See, Lewis, this is what I think you're missing in the bigger picture, right? It's not just comparing Mostert to Dalvin Cook, right?
First of all,
Alvin Cook is a better player. He's just been a much more established player throughout his career, right? He's younger than what Mostert will be 32 this year. He'll be 32, a 32-year-old running back. So B and then C, you're not considering where the Dolphins are as a franchise. They are stacking the deck to make a Super Bowl run. And if you can get a player of that caliber, as long as the price tag is within reason, why don't you do that? That's what teams do. Yeah. And that, at the end of the day, is where we're at as a franchise, bro.
And Miami should do it if the number is right. No, again, I'm not saying I don't want Dalvin Cook. I'm just playing devil's advocate and throwing out because again, there's a lot of people within this community that will make it seem without Dalvin Cook the season is lost, and I don't believe that.
Lou, that's not the case. I think people are making it seem
that's
I
the
think
case,
people are making it seem like, hey, if we get Dalvin Cook, it takes us to another level as a team. Like we're a Super Bowl caliber team. I think right now this team can win in the playoffs, right? But I believe
with this roster right now, we are Super Bowl as of currently constructed.
You can win, of course.
We can win a Super Bowl.
Some things
agree with that?
Some things gotta go right.
I don't.
Some things gotta go right. I think this team can win a Super Bowl with this roster, but some things got to go right. We got to get some calls our way, and we got to get lucky a little bit. I think that's
I just don't
part of it.
understand this whole let great be the enemy of let good be the enemy of great. I don't understand that.
They Liam Eichenberg niggas is trash, but y'all can go ahead.
Hey, but real quick, I wanted to touch on this. I wanted to touch on this question, man. So he says, question for the pen: how much do y'all think the Dolphins offered Cook?
So I think between four. I think 4.5 or 5. I think that's what the initial offer was. Now, whether they come up, add to that, but I think that was the initial offer, 4.5 to $5 million.
Why do you think that was in this offer? No numbers has come out from the Dolphins or Dalvin.
Oh, he's just saying he thinks it's the initial offer.
Yeah, it's just an opinion.
I think it was between 4 and 7, but if it's 7, it's incentive based. It's going to be incentive based because, I don't know anything, but what I'm hearing is that they told him that they still want cash to bring in other players for holes that they have. So they're going to give him a base salary and incentivize it, and he's mulling that over. So it is what it is.
And I think it's at least 6 because they gave Chase Edmonds $6 million. And Dalvin,
I just think, in my opinion, like whatever Miami offers and puts on the table, I think it's going to be a better deal than what New York and what Boston can give them. It's all because Florida has the advantage that we don't. You don't have to pay any state income taxes, and when you live in states in New Jersey or you live in New England, like for example, the Jets play in New Jersey, like about 30% of your income gets taken from the state as state income tax. A lot of it in property taxes, etc. And remember, they play 8 times a year in New Jersey. The Jets do. So if you play in Miami, you get to, even if the difference between the Jets offer and Miami's offer is like, let's say, $1 million difference or 1.5. Dalvin Cook is able to keep a lot of that salary if he plays in the state of Florida, and considering, and you got to add the fact that the running back market is kind of dry, right? There's not many teams offering or throwing big money at running backs at this point in time. So you also got to consider that too.
You know what? I look at our situation with Dalvin Cook. Considering we're not in a position of desperation to add to that room, right? I do agree that this is where Ennis and I part ways to some degree as far as the overall assessment of running back room. I'm a little higher on the running back room as a whole than he is. However, I look at our situation. It's like the Patriots a couple years ago. Remember the Patriots a couple years ago when they signed Darrelle Revis? That defense was absolutely stacked, right? The team was stacked for the most part, but they wanted to load up to make another Super Bowl run, and cornerback for them that year was not a need for him, right? They weren't in a position of desperation, but he became available. A player of that stature became available. They were loading up again to make another Super Bowl run. They pulled the trigger, paid the, acquired him, paid the price, acquired him, and they never looked back. And it was Super Bowl berth as a result of that bold move that they made that offseason. Yeah. So I think that's exactly the situation the Dolphins are in.
And I think Miami has one of the better running back rooms in the NFL. Adding Dalvin Cook to the running back room is a luxury. But if you
wait, say that again.
No, I think like our running back room is it's pretty solid room as it is. But adding Dalvin Cook, it's a luxury. It'll make this team even better. But
Ennis doesn't agree with that. But go ahead.
That's fine. Whatever. But anyways, like I was saying, but when you have a player that caliber, a top 5 running back, calling your team that your team runs the exact scheme that he's good at, the outside zone, and he sees the team as a perfect fit with the quarterback that they have, with the 2 wide receivers on the outside, with the defense that you have. I mean,
Irvin, your mic was trash, man.
No,
can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a little feedback, man. But
I agree with that. I think we got a top 10 running back room as is right now.
No, not top 10.
Oh my God.
Guys.
So you think it's 21 teams got a better?
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Lord
You think
Jesus.
it's 21 teams that got a better all-around running back room than the Miami Dolphins?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'd like for you to name them.
Bro, I'm not about to say, bro.
Because
what
you
has,
can. You can.
Can I go? When can I go, please? Because I'm tired.
Ennis, go ahead. Ennis, go ahead, bro.
Because the first, how many 32-year-old running backs are in the NFL? First, answer that, and then I'm gonna finish my point.
I mean, I can't recall one other than Mostert.
Okay, that's one. Thank you. And then Lewis, you said, yeah, he had a 900 yards, and we said he got injured at the end of the year. You said you don't care, but I'm gonna ask him to do something again that he's never done, but just one time. Like that's the anomaly. I'm gonna ride my season on. That he did it one time in his career. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
He did it one time in his career, so I'm gonna hope that he does that again. That's what I'm hearing, and then I'm hearing our running back room is okay. Besides the 900 yards, what did this running back room have? The highest was 500 yards from Gaskin and fucking Mostert. What are we talking about?
Was that? Hold on, Irvin. Hold on, Irvin. Was that more because of the running back room, or was that more of coaching in situations that they didn't even? Are you blaming the running back room because a team carries the ball 8 times in a game? Because that's what happened against the 49ers.
Yards per carry.
Well, look. This is.
And hold on, real quick, CB,
Lewis.
Well, hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
CB.
Go ahead.
Ennis mentioned a 32-year-old running back. That's funny though. We have 5 in the room. How old is Jeff Wilson Jr.? How old is
28.
Devin A-Chain? No, 26, I believe. He'll be 27 coming into this year. Devin A-Chain is young. How old is Salvin Ahmed?
Hey, Lewis.
See, we can't just say, one 32-year running back, but then all the other ones are in their 20s, but we just fail to mention them, though, right?
But, Lewis.
Hold on. But that's who y'all name every time. Raheem, y'all don't name the other ones.
Yeah,
y'all name him.
And,
so what are we talking about?
I agree.
Y'all name him every time.
I bring him up because of the injury issue when they talk about, they're injured. Well, he wasn't injured last year, and I thought that's what we go on in this fan base. What the player did for us last year.
But I gotta address this real quick. And anybody who knows football and understands football can realize that having a guy like Dalvin Cook in the backfield does command a little bit more from your play caller. It does command it does command the respect. Like, hey, I've carried the ball plenty of times in the league. I've done it. I've been there. I've seen everything. Give me the ball and let me run it. Now, Lou,
I agree.
Do you agree with that, or do you disagree with that?
No, CB, that's a great point. Now let me obliterate everybody that has said, hold on. Now, everybody that has said that dumb shit, let me kill that fucking narrative.
So what narrative are you killing? The fact
the one that Dalvin Cook is going to scream fear in the opposing defense. That is absolutely 1,000% correct. But it comes with a caveat. Don't y'all like context? Here goes your context right here. And I know y'all ain't going to like it, right? But if we're going to be objective, let's be objective. If Tua Tagovailoa is not on the field, and that's what this kid has shown all of us, take feelings aside.
You said if he's not on the field.
I'm not worried about feelings. If Tua Tagovailoa is not on the field, and let's just say for the sake of argument, it's Skylar Thompson. Irvin was on the panel with us the other night, dropping little nuggets and charts, saying that Skylar Thompson graded out as the worst quarterback last year in the league. Let's say, for the sake of argument, Skylar Thompson is playing quarterback for the Miami Dolphins this year. What is Dalvin Cook? You think he's scaring defenses?
He gives us. Hey, look.
You think Dalvin Cook ain't seeing 8-9 man fronts?
Can I?
That's a bad argument.
So here is my pushback. Hold up, no. I gotta go on it.
Go ahead, baby.
Hey,
I'm gonna kill that.
Me too.
What you're telling me is, hey Lou, you're not telling me that Skylar doesn't have a better chance of being successful with Dalvin Cook by his side. You are not telling me that. You are not.
Yes.
Look,
Dalvin.
Lou, you are not telling me that Mike White with Dalvin Cook by
Doesn't
his,
have a better
by
chance.
his side doesn't have a better chance of being successful in the offense. Like
When did
what,
I say that?
bro? That's
No,
what
no,
you're
no.
saying, bro. What do you
Ne-
mean?
No. Let me
You're
let me
saying
make it. Let
you're
me
saying it
dummy.
doesn't
Hold on.
make it better for them.
Let me
It makes
dummy
it
it
10
down.
times better for them.
Without Patrick Mahomes, Pacheco gets 1,000 yards.
He didn't
Bro,
get 1,000 yards with Patrick Mahomes. We
He
killed that
didn't.
narrative last night.
But he
So
only
you
played
can
half
try
the
someone else.
season. He only played half the season though, too.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about
Come
none of
on,
that,
bro.
I don't
He
care
got
about none of
1,000 all purpose. He got 1,000 all purpose.
Yeah.
He
You
played
might
half
want to
the
clean
season.
that up. Yeah, you might.
And
want
he
to
was a
Lewis.
rookie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Lewis,
I know.
You can't listen. This can't be your
Again,
argument. Your argument, look,
Can I
no,
dummy it
no,
down for the people that
no.
don't understand?
Your argument
I can make it
can't
simple for
be.
y'all.
Your argument can't be that Dalvin Cook doesn't make everybody on this offense better. It can't be that. He does.
Agreed.
Louis,
Let me-
to counter that real quick. Hold on, then I'll let you go. So what you're saying is they're going to load the box because they're not worried about Mike White and Skyler, but Dalvin being back there
Opens it up.
Thank you. It makes their throws easier for them.
On, bro.
No, it doesn't.
110%.
I thought a better
Why
offensive
don't
line-
it?
It's
I
complex.
thought a
No,
better
it doesn't.
offensive line fixes that problem, not the running back.
Yeah,
No, it
but
doesn't.
the problem
Yeah,
is with
no, it
Skylar
doesn't.
Thompson is
Because I
that
swear to
he
God, you
missed
guys
a lot
been
of
preaching about a
throws.
better O line for
Cap.
3 years. Now all of a
Cap.
sudden you want a bell cow.
Cap, go ahead, Cap. Knock out, Cap.
No, I'm just saying, hey, thank you for the platform tonight, man, because the hypocrisy level on Hypocrite Island, bro, man, is a sellout special on these tickets, man. I mean, bro, like, now all of a sudden now y'all want a bell cow. When Cap was saying get a bell cow, no, we need to solidify the offensive line once and for all. Now you're telling me that Dalvin Cook, now you're telling me Dalvin Cook is going to mask the offensive line issues, just like Tua is going to mask the offensive line issues, right?
I don't know, because I've been saying it since Gaskin been on the team. I wanted him off this team, so he's talking to y'all. So I don't know about that.
The Dolphins. The Dolphins feel like they solidified the O line. They feel like their line is solidified.
Okay, look, all I'm just saying right now, when week 8 comes around, just like the past 2 seasons with all the injuries towards the trade deadline, and we get more injuries and we have no capital to play with because you guys were thinking prematurely.
I told y'all. I told y'all. All of y'all are just missing the freaking point, bro.
Teams also make moves during the trade deadline as well.
I mean, y'all. All of y'all are just missing the whole point. Y'all are going back and forth
If you do
for
no
no
data. Championship teams make runs and they make pushes like they did with the Chubb trade last year. They do that also between week 8 during the trade deadline when other teams are getting rid of people that don't want to play for them because they want to play for a contender.
Cap, I don't think
You're
that's
telling me people don't
exclusive.
jump ship by week 8 to go play for a contender? You're full of crap if you don't believe that.
What's the point? What's the point here? What's the point?
The point being, look, point being is fine. Look, Dalvin Cook is a great running back, but you're telling me by week 8, if something happens with the old line, we can find some other jewel on the offensive line to help us in week 8 going into the playoffs.
I think if we're struggling at that point,
it makes
we're
you think,
gonna have
right?
to, look. If we're struggling at that point, Cap, we're gonna have to figure it out. I mean, there is no.
That's what I'm saying. Look at our history is all I'm saying.
There is no making a big move or a big splash at the trade deadline. If you get Dalvin,
You better pray that we do because we don't have no other play. We have no other move.
But you shouldn't need it. You shouldn't be struggling at week 8. You should be winning football games from week 1 on. Like, this ain't the type of team where you should be losing football games.
Hold on. Indication that we will ever be in a financial death grip. Chris Greer has not showed that indication.
Why we wouldn't have another play? I'm confused on that. Let's go back to that.
Yeah, Chris Greer has not shown that he'll spend all the money. Every year he's been in charge, he's had money to roll over.
Okay, you got 29 free agents. Okay, you're gonna have to take care of those guys as well. Have you forgot that?
Well, Cap, you think
since you guys are so quick to talk about a 2-year window, which I don't agree with, you understand you have to pay these guys next year also, right? Since you guys love to talk about 2-year windows, which I don't understand.
But Cap, I understand that. There's always
Cap? What don't you understand about a 2-year window, bro? What is there not to understand about that?
All I'm saying is right now, this year's the year to win, not next year. So
You chopping up, Cap. We can't hear you. We can't make out what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is that everybody's quick to talk about next year, about giving us a free, like, 2-year window to make excuses. But from what I'm hearing also from the national media is this year is the year you win now. If you read Omar Kelly also said this is the year to win now. Now.
Who's making excuse? Everybody been on record for that. What are you talking? Who's saying making excuses, Cap?
I don't know where he's coming
all I
from,
know is when week 8 comes around and you guys tell me the O-line is all banged up, I don't want to hear shit.
I mean, if they
won't be banged up.
I know, right? That's part of football.
Right. Like, what are we talking about?
Which O-line is not going to be banged up?
There gonna be some injuries. There's gonna be some guys hurt, but they're gonna have to work through that. I mean, that's part of the process. That's
exactly. But how you gonna work through that with no capital? We got no capital to play with, but the money we have to pay guys, we haven't even signed yet.
No, CB, no, please let me get this.
Bro, when I used to say all in, and everybody used to be about the salary cap. You guys were quick to tell me, "Oh, we need to worry about the salary cap." I used to tell you guys, "Forget about that."
When was that? When was that? I don't recall that. When was that, Cap?
Bro?
I don't. When was that?
Em, you've been right by that side of me, bro. You've been hearing me say it the whole time. Let's win now. Let's not worry about it. Stop being afraid to be great. Now all of a sudden, when I say let's worry about the salary cap, y'all want to pull a cap.
But Cap, you make
that wasn't the time. If that is true, that wasn't the time to go all in like they are now, bro.
Okay, so then why trade for Bradley Chubb last year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That last year
was the time also.
It's a 3-year window, Cap. It's last year. It's last year. It's this year, and the year.
Because we were going all in last season.
Let me explain to Bradley Chubb.
Hold on.
A top 5 defensive end, a top 5 pass rusher became available, and we had room on the team to go get him. That's why we went and got him.
But that's the thing, Emmanuel. And just to piggyback what you said, the Big Nick, like, listen, our pass rush, like, we weren't getting to the quarterback as much last year before we traded for Bradley Chubb. Jalen Phillips wasn't as effective early in the season. You know, we had trouble getting to the quarterback and creating organic pressure. So the Dolphins were saying, listen, we're playing a lot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Cap, I understand what you're saying.
So we decided
hold up. Cap, I think you're pushing back on the system a little bit.
No, don't get me wrong. I would like Dalvin Cook. I would like it, but I'm not going to overpay for it. And people are talking about this ain't your money. Don't worry about it. Well, how come we don't have a center? We don't have a left guard right now.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said it wasn't your money? Don't worry about it. Who said that?
I'm just saying.
How we don't have a center and left guard right now.
Cab,
and remember that also, Emmanuel
nobody
with the guards again in the centers again. You guys realize that, right?
Nobody said not one thing about it. Ain't your money? Don't worry about that. I don't know where you're getting that from, Cap.
Okay, I'm just saying it right now. I'm just saying because I've been hearing that a lot about people saying it's not your money. Don't worry about it.
Connor Williams was at every practice. He just didn't participate.
As a center, Big Nick.
He's under contract.
Yeah, but he was playing as a center.
Cab, I know.
Look, listen, I think eventually.
Cab,
I think eventually.
Irv, hold up.
Go ahead. Cap, my bad. I can't hear you. My bad.
Cab, it seems like honestly, I think you're in your feelings a little bit about the Miami Dolphins. I understand, right? I know that you want to push back on the.
No, I just don't get it. When I say running back, you guys say O-line and salary cap. Now that I say salary cap and O-line, you guys say running back. You get where I'm coming from?
I see what you're saying, but I also think that I don't like, to me right now, like, fuck the money. Like, the money, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. Like, whatever we gotta do to win a fucking
now you
Super
understand
Bowl.
How I felt the past 2 years.
But yeah, and that's the right. But you can't do it the past 2 years because you ain't got the team. We didn't have the team the past 2 years.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You didn't have a confirmation. You didn't have a confirmation on Tua. You didn't. You know, there was uncertainty
last year, bro. You traded for Tyreek. You had Bradley Chubb. You had freaking the best secondary, even when they went down.
And no, we didn't have the best secondary last year. What are you talking about, Cal?
Bro, when all those heads went down, we still balled, bro.
Look at this.
We had 4 guys inside of the secondary. That defense still held their own to the point where we had the Jets in the last game of the season to make the playoffs. Regardless of what you guys said, we made the playoffs with the squad we had last season.
Cap, you got to let some people talk though, bro. All right, go ahead, Irv.
Listen, look, I was okay. So remember going off of 2022, right? 2021. At the end of 2021, we went we won 8 of our last 9 games. Our defense was a big part of that, right? So our offense was the unit that needed the work, right? Our offensive line was rated the worst in football in terms of pass rush win rate, pressures allowed. Tua needed weapons, right? Because they needed to see what they had at Tua in his third year, right? They bring in Mike McDaniel. They bring in a guy that can create a system that fits his strengths. And look what it resulted in: a top 7 season for Tua, a top 6 offense, right? They were number 11 in scoring, number 9 in yards. Like now,
all that stuff you guys were hyping up, and you guys said we weren't ready.
So their defense right now, they're rebuilding the defense. They brought in the linebacker. They brought in David Long. They fixed the linebacking core. They brought in cornerback help after they lost Byron Jones. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They brought in Vic Fangio and Jalen Ramsey. He's a perfect fit for what Fangio wants to do on the defense in terms of his versatility, etc. So now's the defense. It's the defense's turn to make that big jump, right? So when you get those 2 units together all in 1 year, and you got all the talent and the coaching all at the same time, you're poised to make a Super Bowl run. That's what the Dolphins are aiming to do right now. And they feel like Cook is that final piece.
Which is 110%. Which is the objective. All of this infighting back and forth. That if we were not in win now mode, they would not be entertaining Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook would not be a possibility for the Dolphins. This is what you do. This is what you do when you feel you're close, bro. I don't understand why that's so difficult to understand.
Right. Yeah. No, and if you go what Mike McDaniel says, right? He feels like this offensive line has enough talent in Connor Williams. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I'll go after Shake. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to piggyback on what Urban was saying. No, it's all right. What's saying is that at the end of the day, no Super Bowl is guaranteed. The only thing what teams try to do is increase their chances, and by adding Dalvin Cook, we increase our chances of winning that Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to add better odds to our winning the Super Bowl, because, like I said, nothing's guaranteed. And I think that's what Cook does.
Okay, but my problem is, I agree with you. We have made the offer finally, right? Supposedly, we've been in contact with them for months. I get that. So if you're really truly set about coming home, ain't no dollar amount going to make you break from coming home, is my point. Why are you flirting with the Jets?
I think he's
keeping his options open.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation. I think we spoke on this.
Keeping his options open for what?
The man has a family. The man got kids. The man got a family to take care of.
What if somebody offer him $20 million a year? You think he's gonna pick home over that? Like, that don't make sense. Yeah, you want to.
You're making my argument. You making my argument by saying that.
But nobody's offering him $20 million.
And Cap,
I get you, but from what you're saying is Miami could be pushed out the window with an enticing offer from a dark horse team.
That's anybody. That's any person.
Yeah, I think.
Okay,
look,
you're making my point.
At this point, look.
But
at this
that point is irrelevant because nobody's offering that type of money. At this point,
Dalvin Cook is.
You just made it relevant, bro, by saying it.
Cap, stop talking over me, bro. That's the last time I'm tell you. Stop talking over me. So, like I said, at this point, he's trying to get money. He's trying to get the most money he can get, right? And if he's getting offers from other teams, he's using those offers as leverage and going back to the Miami Dolphins and saying, hey, I got this offer. I'd like you guys to come in here, add an incentive to get there. There's plenty of negotiations going on.
Which is what any good businessman would do. Which is what any good businessman would do.
Yes. And honestly, they're not doing anything right now. There's nobody in the building. There's no work being done. So I'm fine with him trying to get his money from the Miami Dolphins.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with that. I'm not going to knock a man. I'm not going to knock a man trying to get paid. I can't do that. Like, I can't do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jason Taylor left us, man, for more money.
Go ahead.
So I heard Cap say that last year we supposed to be all in to win. Name one first-time head coach that went to the Super Bowl and won. So we're asking McDaniel to do something that's never been done in history. Is that what we're saying?
You're asking me what? What are you asking me again?
You said last year, since we had Chubb and Tyreek, that was the year to go to the bowl or whatever you said, however you phrased it. So you expected McDaniel to do something that no coach, even the greatest coaches in the NFL, to do? Take a first-time team and take them to the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, apparently that's what we were all hyping up last season, right? That's why we made all these moves,
nobody
right?
Was saying, nobody was
if you
saying Super
spending
Bowl.
$30 million on no, you asked me a question, I'm answering. If we're spending money on Tyreek, because you're not mentioning the offensive weapons as well, what are we wasting money for then, Ennis? Just to waste money?
So them other coaches, hold
No,
on.
no, no. Answer my question. If you're wasting money on Tyreek, you're wasting money on trade.
You want me to answer
I'm just
it, but
saying,
you
bro, we're
cutting me
doing all that
off.
for what? For another 2-year window? That makes no sense.
How am I answering it if you're gonna interrupt me? That's not how a conversation works.
You gotta have big boy conversation. Stop yelling, man.
No, okay, no, I'm waiting.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So them other coaches paid players to come on their teams. It doesn't matter where you spend the money, how you spend it. The first year, no coach, Cap. I don't care. Mike Ditka, Bill Belichick, you can name any coach, Tony Dungy. No team has took a team.
Sean McVay, his first year got to the Super Bowl and lost, but still got there. What's your point?
It wasn't his first year.
Come on, man. Come on, stop. I'm not a casual, bro. That didn't happen. I Googled this to make sure. I fact check stuff before I say it, Cap. No coach has done it, but we're gonna put that on McDaniel to do it because we had Tyreek and Keystad and Chubb.
Sean McVay went to the Super Bowl his first year. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
And also,
I think his first year was 2016. I think.
What do you think the value of the Miami Dolphins went up to
Was it?
once they acquired Tyreek Hill? It's not all about what you.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think it was 2018.
It's a business too. The value of the Miami Dolphins went up. Ticket sales went through the roof. They made that first year, whatever they paid Tyreek, they made that last year. It's a business decision too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like there's some pushback from certain fans in regarding like what the Miami Dolphins are doing. You know, there's always going to be pushback. You could say Chris Greer's bad. There's always going to be something to complain about. But what you can't complain about is this fucking roster we have in front of us. Like you cannot. I don't give a damn what happened in the past. Right? I could care less. We ain't won shit. We ain't won a Super Bowl in 50 years, bro. So are we really complaining about the team we have now? I think that's just blasphemy, bro. To even like have those conversations complaining about what we're doing now and what we're building, and even to think about the future and thinking about, oh, we got 32 guys that signed or 26 guys. I don't give a fuck about signing them guys. Right now, I want to win a championship. And if that means signing Dalvin Cook to a $8 or $10 million deal, give him the money and let's go run this shit. And that's where I'm at with it.
ACB, if I can say one more thing, like you heard what Terran Armstead said in the interview with the what's the program
Ryan
called?
Baldinger.
No, not that one. It was the other one. The
I am athlete.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, you heard what he said in the interview, and you've heard what Mike McDaniel said, that they feel really confident that the offensive line can get better second year because they become a more cohesive unit. They have better understanding of the concepts and the design, etc. Right? What their roles are, the responsibilities. So and you can they're going by that fact that historically offensive lines get better and offensive linemen get better in a Shanahan scheme in the second year. So with that combined, they feel like what they have in house, they feel that they can do damage with that and they can get the job done. And so they feel like Dalvin Cook, like, listen, we have the offensive line. I think they're competent enough to get the job done and open up blocks for Dalvin Cook, who happens to be a top 5 running back. And if we can get him inside the building, we hit the ground running.
And that same offensive line produced almost 2,000 yards rushing and 4.9 yards per carry. It didn't cost us a game last year.
And by the way, Sean McVay, he lost his first year in the wild card, then went to the Super Bowl his second year. So
Thank you. I know what
Yeah. I knew that. I was just being sarcastic. I knew that.
Didn't Barry Switzer do it? Or he skipped a year?
Who?
Barry Switzer skipped a year. Did he win his second year or his first year?
Second year. Second year. San Francisco won his first year.
Okay.
There's no rookie coach ever went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. But hey, this was a great show. I really
wait. Is Shula the closest?
What? CB, you can't be. What? You shutting it down right now, bro? It's in the bro. We in
y'all trying to rock out?
For a little while longer. Yeah, I ain't sleepy yet, bro.
Oh,
Shula winning his second
I thought y'all was tired, man.
No, that's Lewis. Ennis only gave that NyQuil to Lewis. So everybody else good though.
Shula was a little bit of NyQuil, but I'm be up, bro.
That's
I'm
real
being
cute,
tired.
EM. That's real cute. That's real cute.
Hey, do you guys understand? Like in 2025, like we're literally gonna have like 19 guys signed on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I mean, you're also looking to sign some of those guys back on.
No,
it's
I
only
know,
it's only 26 next year. It's only 26 next year.
No, that's 25. That's 25.
That's why we people like we don't have no money next year. I just ignore that shit because you evidently don't look at this team.
And you gonna lose
you talking about it now though, but you know it last year.
Are you breaking up, Cappy, in a blender?
I don't know what he said.
Yeah, Enos, I think next year we got pretty much a full roster under contract. I think that's 2025 will be.
Yeah, that's 25. That's 25. Now they don't.
I know it's 20 something, but
they've got several players that are up that'll be unrestricted free agents next year, but I don't think it'll be the number will be like it will be in 25.
And
so
those 19 players that signed, all of them are basically either cornerstones or quality starters or adequate, starters, but it's not going to be any scrubs. It's going to be the cornerstones of our team, and we're going to have like $150 million, $175 million to spend.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
We're going to be great. And that's with Tool. That's with everybody signed that we need to sign right now. We're still going to have that flexibility in 25.
Look, man, I'm with you. You guys know I want a bell cow. I want a running game. I want something to take the pressure off of Tua once and for all. No more excuses. I get that. But bro, with our history, these guys start falling. No, I know he's not going to be a bell cow. I get that. He's not going to come in on a situational package. I get that. I just don't want
to. What are we debating here? What are we sitting up here for an hour debating?
Because it's the off season. If not, we wouldn't be talking up here right now. We have to do something. We have to spice it up. We got to keep the fan base going, bro, throughout these hard times of nothing right now, bro. We have to talk the hypotheticals. We have to talk the what ifs. That's the unfortunate part about this business, bro.
And Cap, I do like to push back a little bit. I do. I mean, because I don't like.
There has to be a yin to a yang, EM. There has to.
I like the balance.
There's always going to be a divide, but as long as it doesn't conquer us, I've said that from day one.
If we sign Christian, Sealer, and just say Connor Williams, that's almost $30 million right there for this year, freed up. For this year.
I think look, we're gonna be fine money wise, but I don't give a fuck about the money, bro. Go win the games. Like, let's be real. Like,
that's it, bro. That's it.
Aren't we tired of talking about, we got to sign this guy, we got to re-sign this guy, bro?
Tired of the trap game, all that stuff.
Christian, you got to play, bro.
He been playing,
bro.
That's what I want to get on.
But we don't care about. Look, the extension, you might not get it to the middle of the season until you show you can play in this scheme. But you gotta show us you can play in the scheme. This is a totally different scheme, bro. You got to show us you can play in the scheme, and then we'll pay you. But we're not giving you no extension right now before the season, bro. We're not doing it.
I wanted to call you the other night when you did a panel season,
bro. And I know you did. I know you did. You love Christian Wilkins.
I heard you tell Shake Money. I heard you tell this to Shake. You was an advocate for paying Connor Williams, who only been productive one NFL season, and then in the same breath,
a center. He is the guy who gives the ball to.
In the same breath, you said Wilkins only had 1 year. He's been doing this for the past 4 years.
I didn't say it. So Wilkins has played good for 2 years.
You said he had 1 year.
His first.
Big Nick, how many centers have we gone through the past 3 years?
Look, his first and second year, he played okay, right? We didn't even know if he was going to pan out to be a first-round draft pick. Like, we didn't know he was going to be a dude until his third and fourth year. He started playing a lot better. Let's not say in these first 2 years that we knew Christian Wilkins was a guy and was going to be a centerpiece for our defense. We didn't know that.
Right.
So let's be real about it.
Hey,
let's not fake the phone. So
the Dolphins put
the
a C
fact
on his
that
chest the second year. The Dolphins put a C on his chest.
and we had
Man,
we had scrubs everywhere.
Realized something.
We had scrubs everywhere.
Something. So CV, hold on. You be taking phone calls from Big Nick and listening to him. No wonder your takes been trash lately. No wonder.
Damn! God damn!
That explains it all, Lewis. That explains it.
I think it's YouTube injury, bro. I think it's YouTube injury. Because I think this is the only outlet he has. Me, I can go to my channel and talk to 196,000. So I think it's
Damn!
I think it's YouTube injury.
Hey, I know where it's going. EM, stop that shit, bro. Stop it. Stop it. See, I gotta put them in the back because you acting up, bro. Let them live. You know there is animosity between the two of them. Please stop gassing them up.
Why you blaming me? Why you blaming me?
I just know you do this, bro. Lewis, Big Nick. Please stop talking to each other. Please stop talking to each other.
Yeah, man, shit. Yeah,
damn, bro, stop that, bro.
I know how to push buttons, so it don't matter. I know how to push buttons.
Bro, y'all
But
like
I will
kids,
come pick at the slick shit for no reason because I don't come on here for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you know, I can't. I'm just saying I can leave and never go on any Dolphins talk.
Good, bro. You good? Hey, look, Big Nick, we moving on, bro.
And still be relevant on YouTube.
We could only wish. We could only wish.
And still be. I create content. I don't have to come aboard somebody else's platform and jump on their shit and talk about I'm a host or somebody else's shit. I got my own shit that I built.
Hey,
196,000.
We know, hey, we know, Big Nick. We know you doing things over there. Hey,
so I don't have to jump on
you chill out, bro. Please.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Lewis, let me go to your channel, Lewis.
Ooh, damn!
All right, here we go. You back in the back.
Yeah, shit. This nigga,
That's not my inspiration to have my own channel. That's why.
All right, and that's cool, bro. And we're gonna move on. Hey,
I thought we were talking about Dalvin Cook.
I thought we were talking about Dalvin Cook too. If not, I'm about to end the show because I don't got time to be doing a little childish shit y'all be on, bro.
Especially when I put out a video yesterday that got 150,000 views already.
Oh,
look,
all right,
hey,
man.
look, this is my point. At the end of the day, bro, I've heard the all insider stuff.
Go ahead, Cap. Go ahead,
look,
Cap.
from all the insider stuff that I've heard, bro, like, I really think he's coming here, bro. It's just a waiting game at this point. Like I was telling EM, unfortunately, the next 3 weeks, we're going to have to endure this crap or the Tyreek crap. Which one do you want to pick? You get what I mean? Like right now, unfortunately, bro, like we don't know how to act during the summertime, man. That's what I don't like.
But that's, I mean,
That's
really not, it's really not
not
much to talk about. And I get it, bro. It's really not much to talk about. But you don't have to be at each other's necks either. I mean, bro, it's
yeah, that I agree with. I agree with that.
We still have a lot. We still have a lot of positive things to talk about. We should be breaking down film, looking at how the defense is going to perform, how the defense performed last year, how we could be better. Like, there's other stuff to do. You just got to find some stuff, and don't be so damn emotional about like your takes and shit like that. I mean, if you got terrible takes, you got terrible takes. I'm gonna call it out, but I ain't gonna like kill you for it. I ain't gonna kill you for it because I know some people are just stuck in their ways. At this point, we all grown. We grown-ass men, grown-ass women having conversation about the Miami Dolphins. It's gonna be hard to change a motherfucker's mind at this point. It really is. So why even try? It's no point.
Can't let nigga Lou for pom-pomming for these Liam Eichenberg ass running backs.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Even though we were talking about what right now about what Sean McVay, you guys just schooled me and told me what he made the playoffs his first year and then got to the Super Bowl his second, right? Then you guys also said what Shanahan did the same thing also.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to think in a positive note that we should follow that pattern.
And we are. I mean, in his first year, McDaniel got to the playoff.
Like AFC, when I say AFC East, when I say AFC East title, people look at me cross-eyed, but it's like, what other, we can't think anything else.
No, you should.
We cannot think anything else.
You should be. I mean, honestly, McDaniel lost his starting quarterback for 5 games last year, guys. I mean, like, there wasn't no way we were supposed to make the playoffs. To be completely honest with you, I think Mike McDaniel did a hell of a job. I thought he should have been coach of the year. The way he handled the shit, the way we got into the playoffs despite quarterback play like that. That's overachieving.
I'm sorry.
That's overachieving.
No, I don't think don't say we should. There's no way we should have made it. No, we had enough talent. We had enough talent on this roster to make a playoff, to get a playoff burst. Let's be clear on that.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Matt LaFleur go to the playoffs too and then win a Super Bowl right after?
Matt LaFleur.
I don't know.
Matt LaFleur.
Oh, Matt LaFleur never won a Super Bowl. Like, what are we talking about?
He never even been to a Super Bowl, let alone won one.
They didn't go to a Super Bowl?
No, they never been to a Super Bowl.
But yeah, what I think he's saying is, what I'm taking for what CB's saying is that it could have easily fell apart, and how he kept the team together and had them competitive to finish. And even though some people don't like the way it was finished or how it calls here, I'm not talking about that. Like, we know it could have fell apart. Injuries, toe out, people banged up. You see what I'm saying?
Player not knowing the playbook.
Look. To be completely honest with you, the team could have folded in the playoffs.
Can I address some of the hypocrisy?
Go ahead.
Check the hypocrisy.
What about
it? And then y'all sit up here and let it happen. And I know he's the host, and CB, no shot at you directly, right? But this is the hypocrisy right here. Out of the host's own mouth, he said, well, Tua Tagovailoa missed 5 games, and the head coach, we got to give him a pass, right? Okay, cool. Again, I won't even debate that. But you're the same guy, CB, where you named one guy, Tua Tagovailoa, but you're the same guy that will sit up here and blame the defense for every loss. And how many injuries did that defense occur? You weren't saying nothing about Josh Boyer. You were just straight killing Josh Boyer. Josh Boyer was trash.
So
right?
can I rebut that?
Context?
So,
absolutely.
So with the context, he said, I say the defense lost us every. No, the defense didn't lose us every game. The defense underperformed. Right? And this is hold on, and I'm not done.
Right.
I'm not done.
Okay. All right.
Now the defense underperformed. This team was built under Flores as a defensive team. We spent all our money on the defense the first couple of years of the rebuild. The money was spent on the defensive side of the ball, building this defense. That's the same defense that Mike McDaniel inherited, the defense that we spent all the money on. That defense should have performed better and carried us last year in games, and it didn't. It underperformed in every aspect of the game.
They didn't have
that wasn't on the player, that was on the scheme.
And it could be on the scheme. I'm just saying they underperformed, whether it was scheme or talent. They underperformed.
Does anybody, and I hear Ennis say it all the time about him and his crew, they be in Twitter spaces, right? Watching every video and breaking down videos and filming all. Correct, Ennis? I've heard you say that.
Yeah.
Before the season started, when we hired Coach McDaniel, does anyone remember that interview that he, out of his own words, the defense is going to regress this season? Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when he said that, though, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Y'all want to keep sitting here and saying, well, the defense regressed. Your head coach told you that. And I don't care about none of that shit you said, CB, about or the money. Hold on. You said about the money on the defense. You went and paid tyreekhill $30 million. You went and brought in Terran Armstead. You had running backs that you brought in. Now, they didn't work, but you brought them in. Let's not make it seem like we didn't spend no money on the – but you see how you laugh because you don't like what you hear. But it's the truth.
We
and the fact of the matter is,
when you brought in
Mike
we needed
McDaniel,
to, bro.
And no one's. But that again, you're moving the goalposts. I'm going with what you said, and the fact of the matter is, y'all need to stop bringing up goddamn Brian Flores. This was a defensive-minded football team under Brian Flores. When Flores got his happy ass out of the building, and you guys hired, or we hired Mike McDaniel, right?
we turned into an offensive football team. Am I correct?
No, you can't do that overnight.
Am I
You can't do it
correct?
overnight.
No.
You can't do it overnight.
Hold on.
McDaniel told you this was a defensive team.
This
team belongs to the
Daniel even said out of his mouth. He said
the
defense
is a defensive-minded team.
After the first game, he said that.
The defense should be carrying us. That's what he said.
No, what he's
After the first game, go ahead, EM, kill him, EM, put him.
no, what he said was after the first game, he said we are a defensive minded team.
Exactly.
Until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise.
And you know, when we started 3-0, right? When we started 3-0, the defense won, and we can agree, the defense won against New England, right? Holding them to 7. That was a defensive game, correct? We only scored 20. Y'all always tell me 20 is not enough. We held them to 7. That's a defensive game.
I agree. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
So when we beat Buffalo and we held them to 19, I don't care about yards. Yards don't win you games. It's points. When we held Buffalo to 19, that was a defensive game.
Absolutely. I give him that game too.
So why are we killing the defense? Remember,
are we going to game 3?
Are we going to game 3? Okay. Again.
Are we going to game 3?
No. Buffalo was game 3. I skipped game 2. You absolutely right. That was a horrible game by the defense. The offense won that one. We already went through 3 games. The defense has 2. The offense has 1. You want to go to week 4? I don't give a fuck about Tua Tagovailoa getting fucking hurt. Get out your fucking feelings. Teddy Bridgewater.
That's context,
Teddy
Bridgewater. What are you saying? Losing your starting quarterback?
If you don't cut me off, I'll tell you what I'm saying. Teddy Bridgewater was a 10-year veteran that everybody was happy about him coming in here. The defense had gave up the Super Bowl. Again, the team that had just went with, they had all these weapons. EM, they don't have weapons.
That is facts. Those are the facts.
Teddy Bridgewater, before he threw the game sealing interception, we were driving to take the lead in that game. Cincinnati, that had just came off a Super Bowl appearance, right? They had 17 points. You blaming the defense in that game?
They had 27 points. What are you talking about?
They finished with 27 when the game was on the final drive that Miami had when Teddy Bridgewater threw that interception. It was a 17-15 game?
Yep.
Right. So 17 points late in the fourth quarter against
what's your
Super Bowl
point?
position?
Do you remember the position that Boyer put X in? Do you remember the position that Boyer put X in?
Are you blaming the defense?
I can't.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not blaming the defense in that Cincinnati game. No, sir.
Okay. All right.
So we don't remember the position that Boyer put X in.
Hey, so when the Jets hang 40 on us, is that blaming the defense, or do we blame the defense in that game?
You're absolutely right. Hey, CB, right here. Here's your context.
I'm asking you a question.
Hey, you don't say that. You don't say that.
Hey, don't worry, Cap. See, this is where
when the Jets, I'm asking you a question,
and I'm gonna answer it.
So we're not. Look. I just need a simple answer. Are you blaming the defense? I just need a yes or no, bro.
CB, let him land. Let him land. CB, let him land.
No. You know why I'm not blaming the defense in that game where they hung 40 on us? CB, you want me to tell you why? Because the woman used the word that you like to use all the time, context. Try me if you want to. With 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, right? Skylar Thompson was leading the drive. The game was 19-17.
Those are facts. Those are facts. That's a fact. That's a fact.
The defense gave up 21 points in the fourth quarter, bro. What are we talking about?
But they had 17. They had 19
bro,
points.
It doesn't matter. That's what you don't understand.
You're an offensive-minded football team. What the fuck are you
not with Skylar Thompson, you not. What are you talking about?
You see what I'm saying?
No, the backup quarterback.
I know it ain't.
Come on, dude.
When that defense has injuries and they're giving up 40, though, Josh Boyer's trash, though, right?
So, Lou, in the Lions game,
you can keep up those little fucking chirp up words. Hey, I ain't even addressing your boy, CB. But if I hear him fucking address me again, I'm gonna light his motherfucking ass up on fire. You can let his ass know that.
Put an address on that.
Little words in the background. I ain't
put an address on it.
Hey,
I'm talking to your motherfucking ass. I'm talking to you.
Oh, God damn.
You be no reason, bro.
Man, I have nothing to do with that.
I want to cook EM and Lewis real quick on something.
And listen, I just want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, thank God it's not on my panel. Thank you.
It's getting WWE in here, bro.
Yeah. It's just look. It's just hard for me. It's just hard for me to take Lewis seriously when he picks and chooses.
Now see, I'm guessing. Hey, CB, I'm gassing it up. Look at the private chat. I'm gassing it up. Look at the private chat.
Oh, brother, I'm not worried about the private chat, bro. What is that?
That has to be a debate off, bro. They gotta have
hey, they doing too much. I'm gonna leave them out right now.
Can I cook Lewis and EM?
No, not Lewis because he's not here. Only cook EM. Cook EM.
Thank
you. So CB sent me this video. I think it was last year. Was it Mike McDaniel's first year? Yeah, because it was between the Flores and Mike McDaniel just getting here, and y'all was in there saying we're gonna see if McDaniel is gonna fill holes on the defensive side when it's holes, or is he gonna go on the offensive side? And what did he do this all season? Did he?
Wait. I don't understand. What was the question now? I don't understand.
He's trying to say that McDaniel had his checklist of all the stuff he did on his checklist. How much has he accomplished on that checklist?
Because on this panel, y'all was saying right when he got hired that he's an offensive-minded coach, and y'all gonna see if he has holes on the defense, is he gonna sacrifice them holes to get guys on the offensive side?
Who said that? When did I? Wait. I was. You heard me say that? Okay. Go ahead.
Specifically say we're going to see when they have holes on the defense in the offseason following the first year, if McDaniel is going to go get offensive guys over choosing the holes in the defense.
Right.
And what did he do this offseason? Did he choose the offensive side or did he choose the defensive side?
But all I said was, well, I don't remember the conversation, but I take your word for it. You say you heard me specifically say, right, we're going to see. All I was saying, did anybody know what moves he was going to make at that time? Nobody knew.
On the conversation, everybody was praising Flo and said that, and CB was saying that you agreed with him, that saying that he failed at getting the staff together or whatever, but it was the judgment on Mike McDaniel because people was mad that Flo was gone. That not you specifically was leading that charge.
Oh, okay.
You only said that one part.
Okay.
Because Lou was leading the charge with color, and I forgot who else was on there. Crypto, CB happened to be right. Like he was saying, like he didn't see that he was going to have an ego, and people were coming at CB for having that opinion. But now it came to fruition that he wasn't being selfish. He went and got David Long and Ramsey instead of going to get a top offensive free agent, a top tackle.
What else does there need to be done to the offense?
I'm just saying.
And honestly,
what other big ticket item do you need on offense?
But not you, Ian. But people, the fan base was screaming, "Go get the best right tackle," even though it didn't fit.
Exactly.
So,
and I agree with that.
That full way, Ian. Yeah. I'm just saying you was in the conversation. That was the one thing that you said. That's why I quoted what you said.
But see, people. But hold on, Ian. Before you just
go ahead.
I think people get so caught up in Mike McDaniel's offense, right? Mike McDaniel is a head football coach, right? He understands that, hey, if I bring in a defensive coordinator, I need to give him some of. Hey, stop, Ian! Stop entertaining that shit. Them boys is really fighting backstage, which is crazy in the chat.
Oh shit! God damn!
They're going at it, but it doesn't make sense. Like he's got to think about his team. It's not about my.
How many wins does Fangio give you, CB?
He gives you 2 or 3 more wins for sure.
2 or 3 more, yeah. I agree.
And I think if we had Fangio last year, we're probably 2 or 3 wins better. I mean,
hey, CB Lewis said, "Can you let him up? He want to make peace."
Make peace. Where I don't see nothing about make no peace.
He just texted me. He just sent me a text,
bro.
That's what he texted. CB, he just sent me a text and said, "Let me up. Tell CB to let me up. I'm trying to make peace."
That nigga said, "Nah, ain't no peace." That nigga said, "Nah, ain't no peace."
Did he say that? He said
5 seconds. 5 second rule. They got to be quiet for 5 seconds.
He said, "Nah, ain't no peace in backstage. Stop playing."
Goddamn.
Well, at least give him the opportunity to make peace. Give him the opportunity, CB.
I'm not doing that, bro.
God damn, boy. I swear to God, every fucking panel I've been going on, somebody's been fighting. I think I'm gonna retire from fucking going on panels, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Y'all be wilding, bro. Y'all be wilding, man.
EM gasses it, so it makes it even worse, bro.
Enos, why they always blaming me, dog? Listen, I don't have no control over what other grown men do. I'm just laughing. This shit is hilarious to me, bro. I can't laugh. We can't laugh, CB.
Because your ad libs don't be.
I know, bro. I gotta
hell no. I want y'all to hear me laughing. Goddamn it.
You know what I'm saying? That's why everybody say you started, dude. That's why.
Hey, exactly. Hey man, hey, we out of here, man.
Yeah.
Final takes. EM.
Yeah. Let's get backstage. Goddamn it.
No, we ain't going.
Hell yeah.
Y'all the fuck out. Y'all out of here. Hey, Irv, go ahead, give me your final take. Shut up, Ian. We moving, bro.
No, man. I think it's getting closer and closer to realization that we're gonna land Dalvin Cook, bro. And I'm excited for all these weapons on offense, bro. And then at the same time, we have, probably the best cornerback duo, the best pass rushing duo in the NFL, or at least one of the best, bro. And then we have the heavyweights in Vic Fangio and one of the up and coming offensive, gurus in the NFL and Mike McDaniel, bro. This could be possibly a recipe for a Super Bowl run, maybe a Super Bowl berth this year, next year, bro. Either way, I'm excited, dude. Can't wait for the season. That's all I gotta say.
I'm with you, Irv. Hey, appreciate you.
CB, real quick, bro. Hey, man.
I'm gonna let them up and get final takes, but
hang on real quick.
Backstage with you,
can I make a quick suggestion? What you need to do is you need to tell these are for the people in the chat. Tell them to drop a super chat and you'll let them backstage because this shit is about to be insane. Put it on pay-per-view, CB. Tell them drop a super chat, $20, and they can come backstage because this shit is about to be off the chain, dog. They don't want to miss this.
If we get $200 in donations, I'll let them back up right now.
Hey, y'all hear him? Hey, y'all gonna drop? Hey, go to drop them super chats, baby. Drop them super chats.
Irv, I appreciate it, bro. Have a good one, bro.
Y'all ain't shit. This nigga, boy.
Hey, them boys ain't shit, boy. Hey, Cap, give me your final take, Cap.
Yeah, man, good stuff, man. It's just, like we said, man, we just got to keep going with the flow. We're having good problems. Unfortunately, we're arguing about arguing. And
good
problems,
Cap. You said it. Good problems, Cap.
Yeah, man. This too shall pass, man. Everything's gonna be straight. We just, I like a good debate, but man, let's wait till week 1.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you coming through, bro. Always good
talking.
Y'all
be good. Y'all be safe.
Hey, I know you get a little heated, but it's all in fun, bro.
Love y'all, man. Y'all be good.
All right, bro. Later.
All right, Cap. Salute, bro. Salute.
Shake Money, man. Give me your final take, bro.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of this, and goddamn, every time I jump on it, whether it's a Twitter space or whether it's a platform, two of the dudes that I fuck with heavy always fighting each other, but it is what it is. Like I said, I don't take sides, and I'm a grown ass man. Y'all could fight on your own motherfucking time. So anyway, fins up, and like I said, bring Dalvin Cook home. Peace.
Bring Dalvin Cook home. Appreciate you, bro.
Amen, Shake.
Oh man, Ennis, go ahead, bro. Give me your final take. I appreciate you coming through, man. I like seeing you on the YouTube side, bro. I love.
Hell yeah, I love. Hey, real shit though, Ennis, bro. You bring a lot. Hey, man, when it's me, you, CB, Lou, as well as others, man. I tell you, it's very good chemistry up here between us, man. And that's 2 shows in a row that we all had the opportunity to really engage. And man, it's been real productive, real good shows, bro. So salute to you.
Appreciate it. It feel good to be back. Like, but I'm just not coming back to the drama shit. I'm chilling. Like, I'm not doing that on Twitter. I'm not doing that here. Like, I understand some shit happened between them two before I got here, so I'm staying out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Shake said, people are growing, handling your own shit. Like, and you know what I'm saying? But what I would say for football is like the defense. I'm high on it, but I gotta see it. Like, I know Reggio's good at it, but I'm not worried. But I just want to see it first before I get too gaslighted on it. Like, I'm just being low key. Like I said, I don't want them to do what they did to Dan with these patchy running backs. These niggas is trash, man. I can analytics 4.9 yourself to death. These niggas is trash. You're not gonna convince me otherwise. Like, I'm tired of seeing the Caleb Bailey's, the Malcolm Browns, the Sonny Michels.
Oh my gosh! And honestly, that is a carousel.
Jordan Howard, bro. Remember Jordan Howard?
We have took a flyer on every running back who's like been good for a spurt and like fizzled out, bro. We've taken every flyer on that dude. Bro.
This is the same shit. We got the same shit.
It
like,
is.
And niggas
but
don't
A-Chain, look, A-Chain is a draft.
I'm not talking about A-Chain.
Yep,
I'm not talking about A-Chain. I'm talking about everything else. When I say
Yeah.
trash in the room, I'm excluding A-Chain. Everything else is Liam Eichenberg, Jesse Davis. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, man. Love you, bro. Appreciate you.
I got my ticket for the back seat. I'm about to go get my popcorn food.
Hey, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
We're not gonna be there long. I'm telling you right now. I hit that shit.
It's about to go down. Man.
Hey,
what's good? What's good, on,
bro? You gotta be a big homie in the community, and I feel like you're not being that right now, bro.
Man, bro, why you gonna put that on me, CB? Listen,
you gotta look. We need more big homies in the community, and less like on the trolling shit, like trying to get a reaction out of people.
I have tried to come between those two in the past, right? But it just. I've tried, man, but it just, oil and water don't mix. You know what I mean? So,
but they gotta. But see, I feel like there's tension there, and we got to be better at trying to ease that shit and like not feed into the fire, because I feel like that don't help nobody.
I don't know why y'all I'm just laughing. I'm a spectator, and I'm just laughing.
You always laugh.
You know what I mean?
But
you know what I mean? So.
so let's go ahead and get it. I'm gonna give you boys about 2-3 minutes backstage to get after it, and then I'm out, man.
Hey, real quick though, shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that pulled up to support the homie CB on his channel, bro. Listen, the people that watch his content, that that show up every single night, they're the ones that make all of this possible. So salute to them, man. And y'all keep doing what you're doing. CB, appreciate it, man, on the real, on some real shit. Salute to you always for opening this panel up and giving us all an opportunity to really dialogue about our team. So always respect to you, man, and look forward to the future and look forward to everything else that you're gonna be bringing to the table. So also I want to echo them sentiments. Bring Dalvin Cook home, baby.
Bring him home.
Y'all know what it is all day, every day.
Fins up, bro. Hey, man, appreciate you guys coming out. Shout out to the homies who donated, Marcus James, the homie Raul P, and the homie Irv. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody who came through the show. Hey, lots of love. I know we had some fun with it tonight. Lewis and Big Nick going after it for no apparent reason, just petty stuff. But I'm going to let these boys rock backstage for a little bit. It might get ugly. Hey, what I'll do is when I go live again, I'm gonna have a real good story about what happened backstage. I might even screen record that shit and fuck the boys up. Oh, y'all gonna be mad when I do that. So hey, you better chill out. Hey, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Birthday in a couple days. I'm wilding. I'm turning up. You already know what time it is. Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Hey, yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. Appreciate it. Peace.
Came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the oak to the dead. Hey, oof, I sort them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say.